I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now. But instead they tryna tear me down. I'm just trying.
Yes, sir. Episode 8.
Yes, sir.
We are
y'all
back
ready to
again.
go?
Show.
Locked
Hey,
and
we got the
loaded.
intro with Nipsey, though. We got the intro with them.
Exactly. You know the fucking vibes, man. Y'all ready?
Oh, we was born ready.
All right, let's get it rolling.
This ain't no new shit.
Ready? All right.
So
Welcome to the Really Good Podcast, man. You're tuning in. It's a Friday night. By the time you see this, it'll be a Monday night. Psych, it'll be a Monday afternoon. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate everyone who's joining us, man. Thank all of you for watching, subscribing, being tapped in. That takes me to my next point. Be sure to like and subscribe, man.
Smash that.
Yeah.
Like.
Smash that like. I was
like
waiting for y'all to chime in. I was waiting for it.
Smash that like.
Smash that like button,
Smash
man.
it like your Tinder
Smash
date.
it.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the love we've been getting, and we want more. No, I'm just playing, but we do appreciate all the likes, all the subscriptions, all the subscribes. The last thing we need you to do, and I haven't told y'all this before, so it's putting y'all on some new game, notification gang.
Oh,
Hit the bell.
No, the
Hit
game.
the bell.
Hit the bell. See, we
Ring that
decided
bell.
give y'all the first 7 episodes to get warmed up. Now is episode 8. Hit the notification bell.
We ready?
You know what time it is, man. We ready. How y'all
Let's
doing?
get it. Doing
Everyone's
great.
good. You know what?
Really
Before I
good.
even do that, let's just talk about who's in the room, man. We got some very valuable guests with us today.
Yes, sir.
Kai Creations in the building.
I'm a guest.
You know what time it is.
I'm a guest to the show, yo.
That's
you know
the
what?
man right there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I'm not coming
guest.
back. I'm leaving. This is my last episode.
Okay, so we have some great co-hosts and regulars on the show. Kai Creations in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sakibi Comedy in the building.
Sakibi.
What
My
do
dog.
you-
Might be Dale in the building. My
So-
dog. We got the red on today. That was unplanned. We always just be vibing behind the scenes, running the show. You know, we got to think of a
Last but not least, Young Rizzle.
Young Rizzle. Yes, sir. He is present. So, again, thank you for everyone joining us. Last thing. Way
Uh-oh.
back down. We got a music video coming out
Yes.
very
Yes,
soon.
yes.
So,
Oh, so
we're excited about it. We hope y'all are excited about it. And I'm excited to unveil that to the world. Now,
Feast your eyes.
Yeah, feast your eyes, man. Enough of me talking. How was y'all's weeks? And then we'll talk about, what went down during the week. It was actually an eventful week for once. We don't have to come in here and bullshit.
Yeah, they actually had news.
Oh God, but seriously, what was y'all on this week? It's Friday. The last time we potted was last Friday. Okay, so it's been a full week.
Nice. Yeah, I had a pretty great week, man. Just got some content out, which made me feel really good.
Content
and
cranking.
That's about it, man. Just for me.
Wait, I like it right here. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
show
it
that. You gotta
definitely
show
look way
some
better
love.
there.
You feel me?
Hey, turn it a little bit.
Oh, my
so they
bad,
can
my
see
bad.
the
Get it on the good
flowers.
side.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, they gotta see it.
yeah.
It's great. Hey, we're gonna see
Yeah.
it growing every episode, man.
That's what happens when
It's
you give it
growing with
love.
us.
Did you
We
come
wanna
up with a
see-
name yet?
Nah. I just haven't sat down and done it yet.
I already told you the name.
No.
Bruchandria, bro.
No.
You don't like that name?
That's
I don't
the
get it.
ugliest fucking name.
Bruchandria? It's just such a dope name.
Oh, it's just a name. I
Dude,
thought it
just
had
call
a
it
meaning.
chlamydia. You fine.
Bruchandria.
No.
All right, so
Chlamydia is a name. If the context wasn't there.
Yeah,
Gotta
we actually had
say.
that conversation. It was like, if you didn't know like what chlamydia was, and you kind of heard the name, it might not be that.
it would have
ugly
been a
of
good name for someone.
Hey.
Chlamydia. It does sound kind of like a name. Hey, Chlamydia.
Hey,
like
what's
Claudia.
up? What's your name?
Yeah.
Reminds me of like Claudia type shit.
Chlamydia just sounds majestic, you know?
Without the content, like,
Chlamydia. Yeah, I guess it's not that bad of a name.
yeah.
All right, so you had a good week. You was putting out content and shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah, I've been seeing it. That shit's been making me laugh. I like it. I
Thank
like
you.
it.
Yeah, sir.
Big dog.
Been working on this new edit, trying to do like an AMV. So it's
Ooh.
What's
like,
that?
I don't know what it stands for, but it's like they use these anime clips and they're like slow mo, and the way they have they're edited in After Effects are like, I don't know how to describe it.
It's
but
like a
they're-
trailer almost.
Yeah, it's like a trailer
It's like
almost.
an action-packed trailer. Like if you have like an action anime scene, they could link it with the music and give you flashes. It'll
Yeah.
scale the video. It'll make it bigger. But it'll do it perfectly with the music.
Yeah, it's like some
Super
real
long
good-
edits.
So I've been trying it out because I think that's like complicated. So then when I do something easier, it's like pretty cool. And then I finished making the world. Well, that was like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
I just gotta position that right and do that. But
We working.
just
We
doing the
working.
After Effects.
I
stuff,
gotta
that shit's
see
pretty
that.
fun.
Oh, that's all through After Effects?
Yeah, After Effects is fun. And I made the logo through
Ah.
After Effects too, but I just
Fire.
haven't done nothing with it. But yeah,
That is fire.
Nice. What about
You gonna have to teach me all that shit you were saying. Oh, you said Mido? Oh yeah, I've had a good ass week. I can't even lie. And it's Friday, so I'm like right at the end of the week.
Yeah.
It's been a great like fucking creative week, man. I've had a great time editing shit.
Nice.
It's fun when you're at a point like I feel like we were like you can just play with so many different edits because it's different when you don't know what nothing does and you just bullshitting. But like once you're at a point where you can really like make everything your own like creative piece and like have your style to stuff. Bro, it's just getting nice. So music's been great. Editing this music video has been great and fun, because sometimes I'll like open it, look it all over, and I'm like, or not, but like I just don't have anything I want to add at the moment. Then I pull it up like an hour later, and it's like, oh, let me try out this one. Now I'm seeing so many different effects and shit. So it was fun. I don't learn shit unless I do it. So that part's been fun. How's your week been, big dog?
Honestly, can't remember.
Dude, I'm just like skipping over. I'm like, and everyone's summarize their weeks.
I'm gonna make sure to do something next week so I can talk
Next
about
week,
it.
do
I'm gonna make
something.
sure. I'm gonna make sure.
He's gonna be like, yeah, I went for a walk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice
I went hiking.
breeze.
It was a nice little trail, you know. Saw a bird.
Hiking is nice though. When's the last time y'all got a good hiking?
Last time we went.
Damn, that was like summer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't just be hiking.
Yo, remember when we almost died on a hike?
Yeah, that was some wild
Oh.
shit. We had some
Oh
weird
my
ass.
God, that story is.
How'd you almost
crazy.
die on the hike?
We almost got abducted.
Yeah, it was some
From
weird
our
shit on the hike. I'll
perspective,
tell you,
you
but
know?
it was some
We'll
weird
talk about
shit.
it one day.
But oh yeah, so what else happened then this week? Nah, what were we talking about? Oh, hiking. Yeah, nah, with this rain and shit, nah, there ain't no hiking lately. But hikes are pretty nice.
Hey, let's go on a hike, cause there's hella clouds now, so there's not too much sun.
I ain't going on a hike with y'all.
Come on,
I got-
man. You
yeah,
can bring
I'm
your
busy.
dog.
Oh, that's true.
Dog.
All right, so what else happened this week? We had All-Star Weekend. Did y'all watch yeah, All-Star Weekend this weekend. Did y'all watch, or not weekend, All-Star Night? Y'all watched? I knew you didn't watch. You what? You
I didn't even know what
watch?
happened.
I watched just the Instagram highlights. You know, it's a difference between YouTube highlights and Instagram highlights.
Yeah, that's true. You watch it?
Yeah, I watched the game and the dunk contest, but I didn't watch the 3-point contest or the skills or whatever else they had.
Yeah, I missed the 3-point contest, but it was a pretty dope night. Like, it was definitely pretty lively. Steph kind of brought the night. Like, he kind of kicked it off on a high note, bro. He had a good ass 3-point contest performance. Like, it was like everyone else went. You know, they had the round one. They only did 2 rounds. Round 1, round 2. Like, they went, and they was talking about like 22 was like the score to beat. Highest maybe like 25. This fool came out and got 30 like on this first round. Then the next round, he needed 31 to win. My man got 31 off the last shot.
Oh
It was
my
crazy
God.
watching Steph shoot, but also it was like the amount of respect Steph got that night. Like Reggie Miller right off the bat, this is the greatest shooter of all time right here. And like it was funny, bro. Like right off his first spot, they're like, look at this guy, man. This guy's a machine. Like he's a video game. It was fun. Everyone else, like you see how they're doing. Yeah, even if they're fucking hitting and stuff, they're like, oh, that's a good spot. See what he does the next spot. Steph, right off the rip, they're just all praise. Man, look, this guy's a machine. He can't miss. But the crazy thing is he really was. He couldn't miss. Like,
Steph for MVP or what?
man, he got to be up there. But no, definitely not.
Honestly, what's the difference between this season and his unanimous MVP season?
The team, the wins.
I'm saying, like, he has a shitty ass team. That's the only
They were the
difference.
worst team last year.
He's talking about his MVP year, though.
Yeah, like
Oh,
when he won
okay.
the unanimous
Unanimous,
MVP,
yeah.
like the numbers are very similar, but like he gets no recognition now because he's running with Andrew Wiggins instead of like Klay
Yeah.
Thompson.
But Bradley Beal averaged 30, and he didn't even get an All-Star look. So it's like,
Yeah.
for all those years. So it's like,
Facts.
But if you
Good
average
point.
30 on a good team, then he gets the All-Star. It's kind of crazy how
Yeah.
that works. It's like, oh, I'm not a worse player. I just have better teammates.
But it means more when you're on a better team that you're actually, because also what comes with being a better team is, and then I guess we're talking regular season, the MVP doesn't count, because I was going to say playoff successes and shit like that, but regular season, I think the biggest thing in the MVP is like you got to be doing a lot and your team has to be having some type of success. Their shit's been up and down, but yeah, Steph's balling out.
You see Quavo and Lil Baby?
No, hey, wait, real quick before on All-Star, did y'all see the tweet Braun put up?
What do you say?
Oh my God, this fucking cornball. This was my biggest takeaway from All-Star Weekend. Dude, Uncle Braun is the corniest fucking dude probably ever. All right.
Break it down.
He said, finally got to share the floor with at Stephen Curry 30. Well overdue, and I loved every single second. No. Let me read the hashtags. Hashtag greatest shooter of all time. Hashtag changed how the game is played by himself alone. Hashtag respect beyond words. Hashtag just some kids born in Akron. With the crown emoji.
You know he old as fuck. If he writing hashtags that long,
You cannot put
hope he
hashtag
write
changed.
sentences.
Bro, even if you were gonna word it, how do you write hashtag changed how the game is played by himself alone? Why wouldn't you just say change the game? Like change
Yeah, I
the
don't
game,
know.
right?
I don't know.
Dude, you
Like
it's
he was
like-
thinking, change the game by himself alone. Like just how do you write that? How do you just write that? Like type of hashtag change the game. Like how does that come to your head? Like it's like he just said it in conversation. With just like it's true.
I
This
can't
sounded like
even
a long-ass
say it
sentence,
back because I
like-
can't read it. Change how the game is played. Yeah, that's.
It was probably his son typing it in for him, and he's just telling him what to write.
I mean,
His son's looking at him like,
You get the
for real?
phone to
Like,
Bron and
what the
like,
fuck is wrong with you?
tell something about Steph Curry. He changed the game, right? Yeah. He changed the game. Put a
just sound
hashtag.
like-
in there.
Hashtag better than LeBron James. Wait, no.
Hey, but it was cool seeing them play together, bro. Because like, Brown only played the first 2 quarters, but man, Steph was splashing everything. Like he was, but some of them, like it wasn't no crazy him and Braun. But like when Braun did throw it to him, he threw it to him like between half court and the 3-point line. Wow, and you just picture like imagine that. That's what everyone's talking about. Like imagine if those two ever teamed up. That'd be pretty unstoppable, bro.
Yeah.
Who had like a cool ass dunk? Who had some cool ass dunks? Because usually sometimes they just be going up there and just jamming it off an oop. But did anybody do anything fancy like Zach LaVine or anybody?
I don't know about if did anything fancy, but one dunk I did like, well, series of dunks is when they threw lobs to like Chris Paul, and Steph, and Dame consecutively. That was pretty dope because they did like back to back to back and went on this huge
that's
run.
refreshing. I like
It was cool seeing some of these guys like being older now, because you know how Steph and CP were like. There was a lot of tension just in terms of how those teams are rival and shit like that. But you look at them, you look at them now and it's like they had one play, literally back to back plays. CP threw Steph a lob, bangs it out. The next play they did not the exact same thing, but CP went backdoor. Steph threw it up to him. So
Did
it was
CP
just,
dunk it?
Yeah, he actually dunked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was
He still
crazy.
get up there. He
he dunked last year too, bro. CP he can still get up there and off lobs, 2-hand dunks. Like that's kind of cool because CP was looking old at the end of them Houston days,
Yeah,
but now
he
you
did.
see him still getting up. That's impressive.
I never forget when he dunked on Dwight Howard once.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
bro.
That was pretty wild.
Yes, man. And
He always
that,
got sneaky
That's
jumpers.
a
right
legendary
there.
one.
bro, it's kind of crazy that CP. We've seen CP dunk more than Blake Griffin. If we're being real, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We really like that nigga has not dunked yet.
Yeah.
But what you saw? So what was the shit about Lil Baby and Quavo in there?
Well, Quavo is definitely solidified the best rapping hooper. Actually, no. I just saw some footage of Lil Durk, which was pretty dope. That motherfucker looked like he can hoop. But it was Quavo and Jack Harlow versus 2 Chainz and Lil Baby. And before I even get into it, the score was 21-7, y'all. And can you guess who won? Exactly, Quavo.
Yes.
So it was just wild. Quavo had like 17 points, 4 blocks, 14 rebounds. Like this motherfucker was put in stat line
That's crazy.
in a game to 21.
And he's playing as Lil Baby and Chainz.
Yeah.
Cause Chainz could hoop. You know he was a
Yeah,
D1
yeah.
hooper, so he probably
Chainz
just
look
old.
kinda
He probably
lazy,
just had
bro.
an old. Exactly.
He's
He's
kinda old,
and
though.
lazy.
He's-
Exactly. I feel like that's because he could hoop, but Lil Baby's ass. They saying
Yeah, Lil
That's what the streets is
Well,
saying.
yeah.
He's pretty bad.
Hey, have you guys seen Lil Durk hoop?
Yeah, Lil
He
Durk's pretty nice. He's pretty nice.
He actually he got some moves that he seems what's it called? Twitchy, not twitchy. What
Fast twitch.
Yeah, he got some he has a good
Shifty?
heavy. He's pretty shifty.
Yeah.
My fault.
Oh, yeah, I
I ain't a
feel
hooper.
He's
but-
twitchy.
But yeah, I forgot who said this, but you know how I guess Lil Baby and Quavo had some beef back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
supposedly.
right.
So
Because
maybe
Offset, there was shit with
Quality control,
Baby
right?
and Offset too.
Oh.
There was a
It was a vengeful
there was
ass
tension.
whooping.
There was tension apparently.
Yeah, he been waiting for the ass whipping. That shit been
Yeah,
festering.
that block was nasty.
I didn't see it.
Man, that was getting.
Nah,
his
I didn't even
ass.
know this shit happened, but yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody I think we've known Quavo was pretty nice. You know.
yeah.
I
I'm pretty
still-
sure I'm better than Quavo, but
I still think J. Cole's the best rapper that hoops.
I gotta give it to Lil Dicky.
Lil
Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky's
Nah, he got a little
can
jumper.
hoop.
He got
Low-key.
he got a little
Low-key.
jumper.
Man, don't post no clips of you at LA Fitness playing threes against some niggas. You know what I look like at LA Fitness playing threes against the 3 that I found at LA Fitness?
Yeah.
I don't hold much merit to that. I gotta see him in some type of, cause like Dirk, you could see him getting his reps in and shit like that. Cole, you see him in his leagues, and he was at the open runs. You could see him hooping, but I want to see Lil Dicky pull up to the NBA runs like J. Cole did,
Yeah.
and see how that
Probably
goes.
don't care.
Who y'all think is the best rapper hooper?
Myself excluded.
Who else?
Then let's go.
I got-
Probably J. Cole.
J. Cole. Would you put C Breezy as a rapper? Right?
Ooh, he is pretty good. at hooping
He's pretty
too.
nice.
Yeah.
He's actually really nice.
If we're putting I probably would still give it to J. Cole though.
'Kay, he does he hoops with NBA guys and he holds his own for the most part. So it's
Yeah, we'd be seeing Breezy at celebrity games and shit. So yeah, it's hard. We'd have to see him probably face up.
yeah.
That would be a good match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Celebrity
yeah,
match.
for sure.
All right, more news. Oh, okay. if we're staying on the basketball, so let's talk Myers Leonard, big dog. Y'all heard about him?
Inform
Oh
us.
my God! Hey, tell him about Myers Leonard.
So Myers Leonard was doing a stream. I don't remember which video game he was playing, but
It was
he was playing
Warzone.
COD. He was playing Warzone, and then he was typical dude playing COD. He called somebody the
We'll bleep
Jewish-
it. We'll bleep it.
Yeah, he called somebody. Yeah, I'm not gonna fall for that shit. I almost fell for it.
No, I was-
fell for that shit.
Hey, he's been doing good on the edits.
It's like,
What
hey,
does it start with?
first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
brother.
we don't
He
even know
called
the word.
the racial slur for a Jewish person.
I'm gonna just say it
What
so
is
you
that?
know what he said.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, and then
okay.
so he basically called him that.
I'm just gonna say what he said so you can
No,
understand the
no,
context.
no,
Say
you
it.
good. You
You gotta know
good.
the
We all get
context.
it. We
You
all get
edit
it. We
it.
all
No,
get
so
it.
you know the you don't. Okay, fine. You don't
No,
know the
yeah.
context then. So what did he say? Something about Jews?
Yeah. What I'm saying,
No,
he
he
was
didn't.
playing COD. He was
Yeah.
playing COD. He called somebody a K.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
So
Yeah.
so that's all you really need to know.
Yeah. And it was
Like,
on
did he
the-
call him a?
I don't know. The
Did he-
context
did
is
he
like he
call
probably
them
got
like
mad
a
and cussing at
Caitlyn
him.
Jenner?
You don't want to know.
Did he get killed? Like he got killed in the game or something?
I'm like, I think the guy was camping. I think.
Oh,
And he
okay.
got mad, so he called him that, and
Oh.
it was on a live stream, so of course everybody heard it, and started spreading all over the internet. And it was pretty wild. He got fined $50K. He's away from the team for a while. I'm not sure if it's indefinitely or for a while. For a week? Oh
Take
wow.
a week off.
Take
Yeah.
a week off.
And
And
he
he
has
can
to go
play some
through-
more COD.
He has to go through diversity training, and it's like,
Oh my God.
and it was just like, wow, that's such a slap on the wrist. But
mean,
whatever.
what do
Imagine
you
imagine he used a different word, or imagine if a black person used a different word, But whatever, we're not gonna get into that
I
right
mean,
now.
Yeah, I mean, what'd y'all think of it? I mean, I feel like he was. That's some white boy shit right there. If
Yeah,
you
It
heard
is though.
bro. He was like, I'm just gonna bleep it, bro. I'm
Alright.
telling, because you got it. He's like, you. I'm like, yo. That's why it was some straight white boy shit.
You
That's
know-
why I'm trying.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
he
I'm
said
trying to
that
get you to
before.
depict
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
He said that before.
He's like, I didn't know what the
You
word
know- you
meant.
know-
Nigga, fuck
Shut
out
the
of
He
here.
said he didn't know what the word meant.
Yeah.
That came.
Oh no!
the
no,
way
no,
he
no, no.
said it came from the ancestry.
I'm like, nobody says that word randomly. That's been in your vocabulary for
Bro, he
a
said that
grid.
with his white
Yeah,
friends a lot.
yeah.
Like
That's
growing
what I'm-
up, they
that's
said all
why
type
you-
of N words with ERs. Like they made all type of jokes. Like
So, Edelman actually. Wait, what's Eric Edelman? What's Edelman's first name? Am I tripping?
Eden.
What? Julian Edelman.
Oh,
Oh, fuck Eric Edelman. I'm dumb. Anyways, Julian Edelman. He put out a post for him. He wrote an open letter to Myers Leonard. He said, if this shit runs on too long, I'm just going to edit it out.
Sorry.
I don't want to be reading forever. So we've, an open letter to Myers Leonard. So, dude, I don't want to be fucking reading forever. Fuck y'all. Hey,
why
you
did write a letter?
got to
Okay, let's go.
situate.
What happened?
I'll start over.
All right.
An open letter to Myers Leonard. So we've never met. I don't like that. Why do you start it with so? I don't like when anything starts. So we've
It
never
sounds
met.
like
I don't
your
like that
girl's
shit.
having a conversation.
But anyways,
with you.
I fuck with what he said though.
All right.
So we've never met. I hope we can one day soon. I don't know why that was funny to me. I'm sure you've been getting lots of criticism for what you said. Not trying to add to that. I just want to offer some perspective. I get the sense that you didn't use that word out of hate, more out of ignorance. Most likely, you weren't trying to hurt anyone. You weren't trying to hurt anyone or even profile Jews in your comment. That's what makes it so destructive. When someone intends to be hateful, it's usually met with great resistance. Casual ignorance is harder to combat and has greater reach, especially when you command great influence. Hate is like a virus. Even accidentally, it can rapidly spread. I'm down in Miami fairly often. Let's do a Shabbat dinner with some friends. I'll show you a fun time. J.E.
Oh, he's Jewish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, imagine. Imagine he just coming out the cut. Yeah.
It's like me writing that open letter, like, hey, bro, like,
That's why
it's not funny.
I want to just read his shit. I'm like, let me let the Jewish man explain how he's feeling and his perspective on it.
That was a really good response.
Yeah, it was. I
was.
like that.
Yeah.
That
It was very
definitely
mature.
helped. Yeah.
Like,
So then, how do y'all feel like it files into like cancel? Because a lot of people are saying, because people are talking about he shouldn't have a job. Obviously, there's gonna be people saying, oh, he shouldn't have a job type shit, or he's canceled, and this and that.
I don't think he should be canceled.
And how do you cancel Myers Leonard? I don't know why I can't talk, but
yeah.
how you cancel him? No one was talking about him.
He's like, what is
in
it, like,
Portland.
What is he
Seventh-
selling?
13th man? Does he start?
Yeah, like what does canceling him look like? Like we're not gonna pay attention to the social media. Like I don't know if anyone was, but yeah, I felt like he said it pretty well. I feel like we don't look for people to like change and improve. We just want to like just straight cancel him.
It's. I like how he mentioned casual ignorance.
Yeah.
Because that is casual ignorance. Because it's like, if you're going out and starting a page about like Jews and putting a lot of hate on that page, that's willful. But if you're saying it like that, I don't like. Sometimes motherfuckers slip up, because they have to keep a front for the media, So shit will happen. Shit will be said. Of course, you owe an apology. But if you really mean it like that, then understandable. If your actions keep precluding you to constantly disrespecting Jews and shit like that, then it's a little different. I don't think he should be canceled for it.
It's also into what else are him and his friends saying? Like when you look at a group like you saying out them slurs, what other slurs are y'all saying? So in just terms of there is a lot to learn from it, because in your mindset you might have said, oh, I only say that stuff around my friends. But once you have the whole world's eye, you're basically in everyone's scope. It's like, oh yeah, I really shouldn't be saying any of these words, especially if you know the history on it. And the same thing comes down to all things. When people want to make jokes when they're in their friend group because they think it's cool, it's like, y'all not saying that when I'm around. That's how everyone in terms of black, when you're saying shit about like that, it's like, this shit is kind of weird, because it's like, would you make those same comments if someone who was Jewish was there? So same thing, they might be throwing around the N-word it's cool, and they're like, well, it's just because we're friends, we all know it. But it's like, fam, if you know the history of certain things, I'm pretty sure if he seems to really learn to be apologetic, although he did say he didn't know what it meant. But it's like, if you really are sincere about that, then it's like, I think that shit is not going to be in your vocabulary. Yeah. If we have more to say about Myers, let's rock out. But I thought of some more. I forgot, because something similar to it, the Papa John shit. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
What he say?
So you remember 2 years ago, the Papa John's owner was on a conference call.
The guy on the commercials?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the CEO. It was 2 years ago, which is what got him removed. He was basically, he said the N-word multiple times in a conference call, on a marketing call, and the point was how to we need to not come off as racist, blah blah blah, I guess was the sentiment. And so, but he's throwing the word around, but there's no audio that I could find of it actually leaked from those 2 years ago. But even back then there wasn't. It was just the people on it coming out and saying we feel so uncomfortable and offended by this, the way he was speaking and stuff like that. And they basically ousted him. He lost his spot. And then recently there was a interview that they did of him asking about this stuff, and so how do you feel about taking accountability and stuff like that? And he's like, all he has to say about it is pretty much I just couldn't believe when all this happened, what was going through your head? He said, I just couldn't believe they really were able to do this to me. These people conspired to have me off the board. They set me up, to look like a racist, and I just couldn't believe it. And they're like, well, so what have you been doing during this time? This time has been torture for me. The last 20 months I've been just trying to get that word out of my vocabulary. You white motherfucker, why is that word in your vocabulary?
I thought he was Hispanic this whole time.
No,
he's
white.
He look hella Hispanic.
I'm pretty sure he's Southern white type.
He looks Southern white, and that shit's crazy. Imagine Myers Leonard said some shit. I'm working next 20 months to get that word out of my vocabulary.
It's so hard.
Get
it
out of your vocabulary.
I can't help but to say the N-word. I just can't help it, bro. Just can't.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I have to go to therapy.
Fuck Papa John's.
But I feel if you live in America, you know that word.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So it's if it's in your vocabulary, it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? You as an outstanding American CEO, lead of a fucking pizza company, shouldn't have that word on your mind to be oh, I have a problem getting rid of it. You know what I mean? That's not.
And you can know a word in ventricular. Ventricular. Is that a word, right? Ventricular? Let's say it's a word.
You making shit up.
Either way, even if I just heard the word, it's in my vocabulary. But unless I'm saying it regularly, it's not just gonna slip out.
Exactly.
And unless, what is he hanging around? He's listening to rap all day. Yeah, just the N-word just be popping out. I accidentally say the lyric. Come on now. That shit was wild. Him and Myers Leonard, man, can't believe him. No, I'm just playing. That's why Myers Leonard, this shit was just it just literally seemed like some white boy shit, and you got to learn from it, and hopefully more will learn from that. But
gaming brings the worst out of people. If anyone knows, Ryan Lim knows.
That's why. If you've been on the game, bro, you deal with those types, and they're saying some crazy shit to you. But
Modern Warfare 2 days.
Yes, man.
Bro, I'd be on there cussing somebody out, bro, over. Scar or something.
Hey, all right. If we look
danger close or something.
all right. If we're gonna stay on some racial topics, let's talk about the Wisconsin rep, man. He said, let me pull it up.
That you had down here.
Did I?
Yeah.
Dude, you're so fucking smart.
Yeah.
He said, so this was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin Republican rep Glenn Grothman. He made a comment about the Black Lives Matter movement that drew an angry response. It was, I know the strength that Black Lives Matter had in the last election. I know it's a group that doesn't like the old-fashioned family. We're disturbed that we have another program here in which we're increasing the marriage penalty. Grothman was arguing against an expansion of the earned income tax credit in the COVID relief bill. So people were really upset about the comment that Black Lives Matter doesn't respect the traditional family, was it what they were just saying. And then Delegate Stacey Plaskett responded. She was very upset. She said,
wait, why did he say that they don't respect the family?
Like, how does that even...
Like he just made the statement, or like why did he say
the statement? So people were pretty thrown off. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Yeah. They were talking about basically raising up the marriage penalty, what the marriage penalty is, the welfare you're not given when you have two parents in the household. And for Black Lives Matter had nothing to do with it. That was a separate discussion about that. And he just happened to throw in like you see how helpful they were in the next election. Or saw how much they decided in the most recent election, then just basically they don't respect the traditional family. And so the people were pretty upset. Hold up, I'm about to find. My bad, y'all could go on.
That just doesn't.
I found it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
How dare you? This is what the delegate said. I said the name earlier. How dare you? How dare you say that Black Lives Matter? Black people do not understand old-fashioned families. Despite some of the issues, some of the things you have put forward that I heard out of your mouth is in the Oversight Committee in your own district, we have been able to keep our families alive over 400 years. And the assault on our families to not have black lives or not even have black families is something that we've had to overcome throughout that 400 years. What are y'all thoughts? What do you think about the response? And what do you think that, because deadass, one of the biggest issues was like, where did that even come from? Like, it wasn't really a related thing. It's just people, it's weird that people are very quick to blame the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole for certain things.
It's just so funny because, like, he is so racist that he found a way to, like, just hate on Black Lives Matter and have nothing to do with the conversation. Like,
right.
At all. Like, it's kind of honestly amazing.
Super ignorant too. The part that bothers me is when people say stuff like just ignorant things. It's just like, bro, just go look something up, do research. Like, so then I decided to do research because I'm just like, all right, I know why he's stupid, but let me have actual research, bro. Before 1968, in the 1960s, and actually I remember a long time ago we had a conversation about it. That's how I knew that it was the case, but I wanted to make sure I fucking know the dates and shit. That was when they first started putting in legislation basically to change the Welfare Act. It was, I forgot what the exact Welfare Act was called, but they made it so that women are getting more when they're a single parent household. Mm-hmm. So you're getting, basically you get a marriage penalty when you have another man in the household, period. Whether you're married or not, if there's another man living in the household, they penalize you so that you're less likely to have a man in the household. So when you look at that mixed with all the other things that were entered in the black community in terms of, we could talk about crack, we could talk about redlining, where basically they made it so you can't open new businesses in black communities.
Exactly.
And then you can
predatory loans.
Yeah. Okay. Predatory loans.
Credit.
Then,
not even teaching people about fucking credit. I mean, we leave it
exactly.
alone.
And then if we really want to get into all the systematic stuff, fucking public schooling is all based off income tax. If the income tax where you're living at is extremely low, you're not gonna have any resources for the public school, and then we wonder why the school in this area looks so different from the school in South Central. It all makes sense if you look how things are constructed. Yeah. But back to what this dude was saying. Yeah, if you do some research on those things, when you say black people don't respect or Black Lives Matter, and I don't like when they say Black Lives Matter movement when they're really just saying black people is really what you're trying to say. Don't respect the traditional household. When you look at the history of how the black household has been harmed time and time again in so many years, and
deliberately,
deliberately,
like on purpose.
It's all designed to ruin the household. Like, back to you talking about how you don't get welfare if you have a man in the house. I remember a couple weeks ago, my sister was telling me about that and how when she was growing up, when she lived in a slum apartment or whatever, she said that her neighbors, like, their dad would come visit like once a week in the parking lot, and he wouldn't be able to come in the apartment because they wouldn't get the money if the dad was in the house. So they didn't want to take the risk. So like the dad had to leave his wife and kids just so they can get enough money to sustain themselves.
Yeah, and then check this out. So then eventually they repealed that specific thing that made it law. They made it so that now states are permitted to, meaning so they're not required to still provide the same amount of welfare. They're not required to, right? So then there was a pool of 3.6 million people. Of those 3.6 million groups that had both the parents at home, only 300,000 got got that same support. So basically, the rule was if you have two parents in the household, you're going to be penalized. They got the option to, you can make it so that people aren't penalized for that, so that you're still getting that welfare within the household. But if you look at the numbers following that, there was 3.6 million that were tallied, and only 300,000 actually received those benefits. So it's like, yeah, you can get the benefits, but if you look at the numbers, people aren't getting those benefits. So it's just back to his ignorance. It's just like, and it's not you can blame everyone for implementing these laws. It's not like this dude was sitting there implementing laws, but you can blame people for being ignorant. When you hear people say certain takes, it's like, you need to do some studying, because it's easy to look dumb if you haven't, and it kind of shows. And that shit just came out of nowhere too.
Yeah. Well,
Goofy.
It's like a slap in the face, because like you were the ones who destroyed the traditional family dynamic in the black communities and the brown communities, and now you're just saying you guys don't respect the values. Like, this is the circumstances that you put them in. Like, they'd have no choice to live a life like that. So it's just not only ignorant, very disrespectful. It's just wow. But you know, that's America we live in, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, man. All right. What's next?
We'll talk about some fan feedback.
Oh yeah, come on. Let's kick off some fan feedback, man. Oh,
Right,
sorry. I'll preamble you. Sakib Salahuddin got some we always tell y'all, give us feedback, whether it's negative or positive, man.
we love
We
it.
love it all.
When you're creating,
We love it.
You putting out content, man. Once you know you got eyes on you, as soon as people start trying to shit on you, that's what I've found. And let's just let them. You can read off what was said. Wow, this is really tying in perfectly with all this race shit we
It
talking
came in
about too. This one, yeah,
Yo,
tough read.
so this is from Patriot _324_USA.
Automatic racist.
Oh, easy call.
American flag in the bio.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he wearing shades? Is
Nah,
he wearing
he
shades
got
in the
an
profile
American
picture?
flag mask on.
Ooh.
Oh,
I saw someone like that today. We were like, yeah, for sure, racist. Huh? You think he voted for Trump? Yeah, Trump supporter for sure. Which is
All right,
sad.
let's get down to it. Let's hear these sweet comments. Calm down with your BLM loving ass. You a fool, bruh. That's how you talk, bruh. Or that's how you talk, right, bruh? Fuck BLM and Antifa. But a bunch of low down, sorry ass scumbags. Terrorize innocent people. Terrorize innocent people? What the okay. Y'all just haven't fucked with the wrong people yet. Simple truth. Shit. You come fucking around these parts, you wouldn't last a second. Stop the divide and get your head in the game. What is this?
He said all that. He said all that and then said, "Stop the divide."
Right?
First of
You
all,
come here, you getting shot. Now stop the divide. Okay.
nobody's scared of his
He
pussy
tells
ass
me
anyways.
to get your head in the game. You ain't Zac Efron. Fuck us out of here. Then I have okay. Stop the divide and get your head in the game. You truly gonna this dude really is not good at English. You truly think that killing innocent people is gonna get you anywhere? Question mark. If you did, you thought wrong, huh? Y'all thought it was Black History Month, year? That's it? Bruh, this is straight Patriot years. We don't select a day, a month, a year. We just run shit nonstop, and that's the way it is.
Ooh, that's a bar. So we run shit. We run this town.
24/7.
Hey, this dude's cool. Hey,
Get him on the track.
Yeah, for real.
We run shit nonstop, and that's the way it is, has been, and always will be. Don't forget, American flag, have a nice life, shit brains, capitalized Trump.
Wait, what was he commenting on? Is this a picture? Is it a video
It's
you
a
posted?
picture of me.
Bro, you sound hurt. It's a picture of me.
Bro, It's a picture of me in the director chair with a red cup holding the mic.
What's the caption?
The caption is, "Don't be a victim of your habits when you could become the architect." Come on, man.
What does do Black Lives Matter?
Stop with the divide.
You must have heard the pod or something and just like said it, like just fucking.
Bro, like you put all this energy into this like comment. You might as well like my shit and save my shit, share my shit.
He didn't like it.
It's obvious you like it.
He didn't like it.
Should I like his comment? Nah.
You gotta show love.
And then he left another comment. He was like, "No one I know even celebrates some sorry ass Black History Month. You don't know black people."
Yeah. The last part he just went with
No one I know celebrates Black History.
nobody you know is black. Like, but then again, I don't know, cause I know a bunch of black people that don't celebrate.
Okay,
Black
but
History
what does
Month.
that even look like? Celebrating, but like,
Nobody celebrates Black.
I mean,
History
Black History Month is a month. I mean, first of all, I mean,
You don't really
it's a
celebrate
great month.
it.
Yeah,
You
I just don't know if I'm like
You just talk about Black history.
I think Black History
Yeah.
Month is great. I expect like things to be displayed of Black history. There's
I learn about new people I've never heard of. Like sometimes when people post them, I was just like, "Oh
But
damn, I didn't know."
it's not necessarily like, it's not really a celebration type. Like, you didn't even celebrate this year. Like, it's a month. Like,
Yeah.
It's
I
an
was,
educational
I was
month.
definitely
Yeah.
aware of Black History Month, but I don't know if you could be like, yeah, Travis was celebrating Black History Month all month. Like, I guess all celebrating, but not a visual thing.
So how does one celebrate Black History Month?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hella
what
cookouts.
I don't know.
Hella
what
cookouts.
hella cookouts. Yeah, like cookouts every night of Black History Month.
Hella
Like,
we
that's what I'm
hooping.
saying. Like, I just don't
Everybody
even know what
gotta be
that
in a
looks
white
like.
tee. Everybody.
Hella-
Oversized white tee.
So just
Hella
nigga shit.
freestyle
That's
set.
celebrate Black History Month. Nigga
Yep.
shit.
Hey, then he'll fuck with the. Yeah, I see you guys celebrating nice.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
you gotta get some guns for him, you know.
Nah, but do we even have a response for that? Like,
You gotta study some Black history.
To
That's how
be
you
honest,
celebrate
though,
Black history.
this, like, I'm glad you read it off, at least so people, because sometimes people, when they don't see things directly at them, you kind of hear about stuff, but it's not as bad. I've heard people say, like, it's not as bad as you guys think. People aren't that, but it's like, just know there's like a million more where these people came from. So just know, like,
Yeah.
when you see people yelling out this Trump shit and like that's why it's like, even the ones that try to claim to be righteous and they were rocking with Trump, it's like, well, these are the other people that are on your side. Like, and this is very regular. Like, in terms of when you envision the people you see with the big ass flag on the back of their cars and like,
People don't even understand like how deep it goes. Like I don't think I promote a lot of like BLM stuff on my page.
yeah, it must have been something from the pod, huh?
I know. I think it's from a comment I made on Victor's post from the group.
Oh,
and
fuck it. Let's just say it was from the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
Let's
for
make
watching
sure
it.
For
it's
sure
pod.
from the pod. Yeah.
From the pod. But yeah, it's just like, yo, I'm not even black. I don't think my comedy even it's not like a lot of black things on my shit. Obviously like I am influenced by black culture, and that's like the culture that I gravitated towards, like growing up in America, my parents being from another country. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, you're gonna talk shit to me about
You're a BLM lover, man.
Yo, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's on a regular selfie too. Just like
It was a great picture.
Put some regular picture on Instagram. I was like, hey man, fuck you and Black Lives Matter. I'm like, hey, what?
I might have to make a video, man. Just not, nah. You see, if I give it too much energy, I'm just like, eh.
I know. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I might bring him up in like in a conversational topic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain times you see more like where that person's at. Like, this dude just went to the trouble to, like, you can more just feel bad for, like, when people are just hating.
Yeah.
But this one is like, at
That's
least
a lot of energy.
let the people see, like, man, they really out here. Like, there really people like that out here that are just loving to spread hate, and they got a leader for it. But it's kind of
I
weird.
don't even think he was spreading hate, honestly.
This guy?
Yeah.
He literally said, you come around my parts, you'll die. I swear.
And then stop the
it's-
divide.
Yeah, see, that's why he cleaned it up. See, right now he's struggling, right? He's trying to figure it out. Like, he's on the right path, but he still holds on to ideologies and positionalities that don't help him. So it's like,
A lot of name calling in there too.
I mean, hey, man, but he's working on it. Stop the divide. You know, he wants to have a conversation.
Dude, somebody go send me up a GoFundMe, please, because that really hurt me.
Emotional distress.
Oh,
Yeah.
so if we talking GoFundMe's, all right. Next on the news update. Hey,
that segue.
Hey, we a news
Set
outlet
me
now,
up,
baby.
set me up.
Bro, see, hey, it's been a good week. There's actually some newsworthy stuff. When there's newsworthy stuff, man, we come with the news. If there's not newsworthy stuff, like, I just don't want to talk about bullshit that, like, we don't care about. Like, we're going to say 2 things about it, and then we're like, all right, bro, on to the next shit. Like, we want to talk some sports? But the Uber driver that got assaulted by the 3 girls, y'all heard about that?
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts, bro?
They crazy.
Some crazy shit. I'll try to, or you can explain kind of what happened if anyone didn't hear about it.
Okay, so it was 3 females in the Uber. I know females hate when I say females.
So why do you hate
3
women?
women in the
Why
Uber.
Why do you hate women?
Why do females
I
not
don't
like
know.
female though?
I do not know because there's probably some ownership in women. But I don't know, female.
Nah, cause they think it's a replacement for bitch, because that's what a lot of dudes, instead of saying bitch, they started saying females. So it's like, oh, female this, female out. So it kind of seems like disrespectful. Like,
Oh my god! But
that's
isn't
why,
everything
but-
a replacement
saying
for the
that from
derogatory
experience?
term?
no, I'm saying that because I've talked to people about it,
Yeah.
and then like I've done it myself. Like I stopped saying bitch and I'll say female, and I'm like I caught myself like my homies around like saying female, but then it's like they get kind of mad. It's like, I don't know.
But that's lame, because in my opinion, like, if you have a homie who's, oh, where the bitches at, and he decides, oh, there's female, where the females at?
That's
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
it's a female. Like
Yeah.
that's like replacing a derogatory term for a non-derogatory term. Female, male, female. You check it off in the box. I feel like that's just weird. Like when stuff becomes offensive because it's like, well, you're just saying it so you don't have to. Well, yeah, isn't that more respectful?
I feel like
I
I
think
had
they
a
want the title of women, like, or woman or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Another
versus
I use them
female.
it's
Or versus, like,
interchangeable to
male,
me, though.
like, yeah, I don't fuck with males.
Yeah.
You'll
I'm
be
a
like,
male.
you'll be like, what?
Well, what sounds better? I'm a male or I'm a man.
Another thing I hear is that they say that if you call them females instead of a woman, it's kind of like taking away like their humanity. Is like females is what you address like certain species and animals and stuff. Like I am a woman, I'm a human. Like don't call me a female. Like I'm a person.
But then,
Okay.
That's another argument I hear.
okay, but then females would be like, oh, the male brain, when they're discussing this shit. But no man's like,
But men don't give a fuck. You
what
can call
is-
them a male though.
what is male in terms for? Like, you don't want to like. But I mean, I guess there's no direct replaceable unless you think of the replaceable. But
I mean, the male brain, like, you're picking out something specific versus, like, I'm addressing you as a person, like, a
but no,
body. Like,
when they're hating though, like
Yeah.
the male brain, y'all
Oh, yeah.
cannot process. But I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
And we
Okay,
just-
sorry. Back to the Uber girls.
All right, 3 women in the Uber. There was a driver who was trying to take them to the place. There's 2 of them. They had their mask on, and then one of the girls refused to put a mask on, and
Mask off.
mask off, mask on. But yeah, her baby daddy's probably Future, but
And he would have his baby mamas in an Uber. Oh God.
all 3 of them together.
oh, God.
They can pull together. Fucking ride sharing.
Fuck your future.
All right, so one of the girls refused to put a mask on, which is not right in these times. And okay, so look, I just want to play devil's advocate because the
Wait,
video.
explain what happened.
Okay, yeah. So 3
Here's the
3
thing.
women in an Uber, brown dude driving the Uber, and one of the girls, she wasn't putting her mask on, and he was asking her to put her mask on, and they start kind of going crazy. I think he stopped the car, and he wasn't moving. He was not down to drive until she put the mask on. And next thing you know, they're all just yelling at him. And then the girl, in the video, the girl goes and grabs his phone, and he's trying to grab his phone back. So he got a little aggressive and he pulled it back. He snatched it back. He's like, "Don't you touch my property! Don't you touch my property!" You know. And then the girls took off his mask. I know I could have killed the Indian accent.
No, I was
on
gonna
the
do
first
that.
try.
I was thinking like what he said, but I didn't want to say. I'm like, I'll leave the accent to you.
Yeah.
I'll let him do that.
But that might come off racist.
I don't want to pull a Myers Leonard on him.
exactly.
And then since they got aggressive, the other girls are like, "Hey, don't be getting aggressive. Don't you hit her." And then
Don't touch my friend.
the girl without a mask.
These are black girls?
Two black
of them
girls.
black, one of them I don't know, Hispanic probably, yeah. And then one of the
Hispanic one said the N-word. I was really offended.
few times.
So sickening.
Well, she's from the Bay, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was offended.
She's
Go on.
she's an adopted nigga.
But they say that shit when like it's like their first word back in the Bay, bro. No matter what the
Yeah.
race.
Okay, and then after she tried snatching it, he tussled, grabbed his phone back, and then she rips his mask off, And then she starts coughing in his face. The other girls
man,
start.
they're all coughing.
They're all trying to cough on him,
Yeah.
and he's trying to kick them out. They're not getting out, and that's where the video kind of ends.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they're saying that he got pepper sprayed and stuff like that. But look, to play devil's advocate. Oh no! After this, sorry, my bad. I love playing devil's advocate. I love it. Okay. So, and then the crazy part is, the funniest part for me is like, yo, they set him up with a GoFundMe. But I just want to say that it is his video. So we didn't see when the video came on. We didn't see anything prior to it. But from the looks of the video, it looks really bad on those girls. I think he did admit that, yeah, he edited the video. But it is from his perspective. That's where I'm going to play devil's advocate. We don't have the full story. But from the story that we've seen, terrible. Uber and Lyft rid them of their riding privileges, which is great shit, you know. And then supposedly one of them might be facing jail time. I just saw it on my feed today.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
But dude, fuck out of here. Why would you set up people a GoFundMe? $20,000. $20,000 GoFundMe.
It's past 60,000 now.
So apparently they said that
It's past 60,000.
he needed to get his car repaired, and they said they needed potential lawsuits, so legal fees, and also income for when he's not working, because like his car is how he makes his living, I believe. So like
They fucked up his car like that too?
Apparently that's what they're saying.
Okay, that's understandable. You see, now I feel bad for making. Nah, I don't feel bad.
Yeah,
I
you're a
never
bad
feel
person.
I don't feel bad.
You're a fucking
The
asshole.
fuck out of here. I'm not going to give you any money because, shit, some people are a little mean to you. If you got abused, if your car got fucked up, all right. Like,
Well, you want some
you
money?
got, like,
Did he beat your ass?
like, if they fucked you up, all right. I understand people giving you money.
You gotta clip this and put this on your IG. I want to see the feedback he gets now.
Bruh.
You get abused. That's hilarious.
No, but like also the one that was like coughing on him and ripping off his mask, she went to her Instagram live
Idiot.
and started like talking about like what happened.
Idiot.
And she basically admitted that like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done those things, but like where I come from, we don't let people disrespect us.
Talking about her boyfriend. She's like,
Fuck yeah, I'm going to
Like
live.
my man taught me to always stand up for myself.
So wait, what did she say happened? Like,
The
what
thing,
was the,
nothing. She just was on there talking shit like, fuck this fucking stupid ass Uber driver. I'm going to Lyft. But honestly, from the video, basically, she just didn't want to put on a mask and was getting tight about it. Then they just started bullying him. Like, he the type of guy, he wasn't like, it was like someone that you think was really fucked up to bully. Like, why would you be picking on this dude? Like, older guy just trying to drive his shit. But honestly, like,
imagine you're trying to run some game at the.
imagine he kicked it off with some crazy. But it's like you watch it and get frustrated. The only thing for me to make me like not have to deal like get that frustration, because you can't do anything about it. It's like, honestly, I feel like shit worked itself out pretty quickly, because he's made over 60,000 on his GoFundMe. Imagine all those girls who probably treat people like shit all the time. If that like that imagine if one of us started tweaking, we in an Uber, the other two would probably be looking like, yo, chill out. No, imagine we was right on board with them talking. It's like, okay, y'all probably just move with that energy regularly. Like, it was nothing for y'all. So this time, y'all got caught on camera, and that shit's everywhere. The news is talking about it, ABC, fuck every news outlet, and it's like, bro. So good luck getting a job for one thing, and then you can't use Lyft or Uber anymore, because first Uber saw it and took them off, and then Lyft posted on Twitter like, we saw this as well, and they will not be allowed to make an Uber or a Lyft account.
They're acting like they can't just make another account.
There's a way around it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're with someone else, yeah, but
There's a way around it.
Okay, I guess it's not
Her
as
boyfriend
bad.
could give her a fucking just call her an Uber, because Uber doesn't have laws like that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you can't get into the car if your face don't match.
But
No, they started doing
okay,
that.
but think about
but they don't really enforce it though. But they did talk.
Like, you
about
think the
having
Uber
that.
driver's gonna be like, hey, you don't look like him?
It was
Yeah.
like, hey, fuck
It's
this money I'm about to
rare.
make.
I would
Like-
understand if it's like a woman Uber driver, because it's like, you have a girl's face on your shit, and you a big ass dude. I don't know. Like,
It's
I wonder
important to
why
know
it's
like
different.
who are you specifically and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I feel that.
yeah, that's true. I keep grabbing your phone. My bad. Yeah, that is true.
You know, they also like. All right, next time I gotta deal with like a Karen, I'ma just record and start crying so people can just give me some
money.
GoFundMe money, man.
I'll tweet the link.
Cause like this one time there was a Starbucks worker and I forgot what she was doing, but it was another Karen and he suffered emotional damage, so people just had to set him up a GoFundMe and just give him money for a bad day at work.
Oh, who was it? With the Starbucks guy who like did his job.
Yeah,
You gotta go find me for that shit.
What was it? Listen.
Yo, so I believe it was like at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
During the COVID and stuff, so a lot of people were not trying to put on masks, just like still people are still not trying to put on masks. She went into Starbucks and she's like, oh, it's a health violation, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, no, I'm not serving you. Like, you don't have a mask on.
Like, company policy, I can't serve you. And then, like, she berated him and he got GoFundMe and made a bunch of racks off that shit.
Damn.
Just by doing company policy.
He did his job right.
Literally did his job. I do my job every day. Where's my money, bro? Well, I get paid, but still.
You know what I got for a bad day at work? I had to finish the shift to get paid. Like,
Wait for that hourly to come in.
dude.
So how they just push through that shit.
So how much did he make of it? Was like a lot on the GoFundMe?
Yeah, he low-key got like, it was enough for me to start hating, yeah.
He gonna quit that job
Yeah,
ASAP. Like, this is
We
the
gotta
greatest
start a
thing.
GoFundMe business, man.
Bro.
We gotta just fuck each other up and then just put it on.
That's why you gonna drive Uber. We gonna get in the back seat.
I'm totally down to be the brown guy. So down.
Yeah,
We
you gonna
splitting
get,
it. We
get
splitting it.
smacked
That would be a
up.
hilarious scandal.
Just wear
though.
ski masks. Just wear ski masks.
Yeah.
Wait, bro, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't feel too like, I did feel very bad for the guy, but in terms of the situation, you know, you see stuff and it just makes you so mad. But it's like this one, it's like, dog, honestly, if he got 60,000 and it's growing, like, I don't think anyone's mad that it happened. Like, I don't think he
I'll
is.
be glad.
I don't think he is bummed about that. I think he's like,
Yeah. He's like, all right, cool.
it was a bad 15 minutes or however long.
Yeah.
And
I'll do that
fucked
shit
up, but-
again.
Yeah, I'm not working. My car getting fixed. Like,
well, think about how much love he's getting too. He's probably getting so
Hella
much love.
support.
And think about what all those girls are getting. They're probably getting blown up on their social. They're probably having like the worst days of their life. So it's like I don't even wish nothing like, because it's like, bro, I already know. Like
Nah,
if
I
you're
feel
getting
like-
if you're getting hate from some random dude and you not even putting out nothing. Imagine if you actually are a piece of shit and the world just saw you on every bro. People have time in their day. They're gonna be
yeah.
contacting them nonstop for the next few weeks.
But if
dog.
they're smart, they could go and do like an interview or some shit, or like go keep talking about it. That could be a way to just be buzz in the media. I don't know how they would make money if they could just remain that character. If they just become like a 6ix9ine type motherfucker.
no.
he's a rapper, bro. They're just some random girls
you
that
go
got
for a
an
random
Uber
Uber
and-
attack, try to
what
stay
they're gonna
positive, stay famous from staying in the media, and then just.
I don't know what the.
Hey, well, speaking of support, we should talk about what's his name, Samarion. That's a good one.
Hold up.
Because he.
Fuck is Sumerian?
You know what's so funny? when she was on the Instagram live talking about what happened, like she started getting half naked and shit on purpose to like get her followers up and shit. I'm
Oh,
like,
so
wow.
shit, you may be right then. She probably did want to.
Like she trying to capitalize.
Because it's like
on that clout.
bad baby. You know, she
Yeah.
used Dr. Phil to her advantage.
Yeah,
That was a shitty ass person who became famous off of that. I like it.
She became a rapper off that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They catch me outside, girl.
All right, so on some more serious news, recent. Actually, it wasn't that I think it was actually like 3 months ago. It's just not being covered the way it should as usual. Actually, no, I'm gonna read off a post I read because I had heard about this, but you know sometimes posts kind of give you a little reminder. Oh yeah. Said, y'all heard about the little black boy in Plano, Texas that was tied up, sexually fondled, and forced to drink urine by his white classmates? Get this, they're only in 8th grade. They attend Haggard Middle School. Summer Smith is the mother's name. This needs more coverage. So I figured we'd do our due diligence and give it more coverage. So basically the story is authorities claim that black boy, 13 years old, was called slurs and shot with a BB gun at a sleepover. So basically, and he was also made to drink his own urine. And there's videos of it too.
Their urine.
He basically
Their urine.
their urine. Sorry, not his own.
Wow.
So
That'd be weird.
him and 3 white classmates had a sleepover.
It's all weird.
And the mom told his mom, oh, he'll be in good hands, he'll be great. And they, I guess, tied him up, shot him with a BB gun, sexually fondled him, whatever. I think some weird shit. And then made him drink their urine on camera and shit, too. Some fucked up stuff happening, man.
They didn't tie him up, so I watched his interview on the news that they went outside and they were playing, but then they all had BB guns and he did not. And then after that, they went back inside, and he was like, yo, I'm really tired, so he was trying to sleep. And then that's when they started punching him, they started slapping him, and then he has trouble sleeping. So when he's like asleep, he was like, it's really tough for him to go to sleep. So when he was knocked out, they were like, oh my God, dude, you look really pale. Drink this water real quick. And then they made him drink the piss. And he didn't even know that he drank piss until like 3-4 days after, when his friends at school, they're like, dude, you were drinking piss on camera? And it's like, yo, that's some weird shit.
He didn't taste the piss.
He just woke up.
Like half
like
awake type guy.
He has trouble like sleeping, so it's like he was knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I can still taste piss.
Probably.
I can still taste piss.
I'm like half awake.
All right. Nigga, all right.
Like, damn, that's why.
Yeah,
Don't ever let us have a drunk night and you passed out and we waking up the next day. I'm like, hey, here, drink this. Here,
why is it all warm?
Yeah.
I do be like a half awake kind of guy. Like I'll do a lot after you wake me and might not know, like I'll no recollection. But I don't know if you can make me. I feel like drinking something is gonna wake me up, and I'll be like,
it's hot.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, I'm like, hey, this is not water. This tastes like piss. Like this tastes like you gonna say it straight
it's
up.
hard, like to laugh at this shit, but it's,
I know,
it's like,
I feel so fucking bad.
A lot of the controversy around it is they're trying to play it off like, well, there's different controversies.
Well,
some were
boys being
saying, oh,
boys?
yeah, boys being boys. Some were saying, oh, it's bullying, and then some were saying,
outta here.
fam, that's just a hate crime. That's like young kids on some hate crime shit. Where would y'all categorize this?
he's already dealt with like the kids that were at the sleepover on his football team. Like he already got bullied by those kids, but the kid that he was actually friends with, he was like, yo, come to the sleepover, and he had no idea that those other 3 kids were gonna be there, the ones from the football team who used to bully him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's definitely not boys being boys, because I never made somebody drink my pee or fondle them. And, you know, I've been a boy my whole life. So
Maybe the new phrase used to be white boys being white boys.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a white boy shit.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, it definitely sounds more like a hate crime than bullying, because, like, what are the odds? Like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, us 4 white boys bullying the black kid. It's not because he's black. Like, really? What are the fucking odds of that shit? Like, let's not be stupid. Especially in a place like Texas, which is, you know, like, not the most liberal and friendly for minorities.
Kind of reminds you of Georgia sometimes, because there's a lot of black people in Texas. But
Yeah.
there's also, it's very divided in a lot of parts and hella racist in a lot of parts. It's also such a
Yeah.
huge state, so it's
Yeah.
like Houston. Obviously, you're gonna find hella black people, but
Yeah.
certain
Especially
parts
rural
of Texas, bro. Yeah,
rural Texas. You don't want to be there, bro.
Texas is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this though. Not saying like I prefer racism, but if it were to be like a preference, I prefer
Where you going with this?
My favorite type of racism is
exactly. That's a good title. My favorite type of racism is like Southern racism versus like in LA.
like liberal racism when they act like they're not
Is it
racist.
because they're in your face with
Because
it?
like
or-
they're like shotgun. You know what I'm saying? You stay over there. You know what I'm saying?
I was like,
I'll
bet,
stay over
I heard
here.
you.
Yeah, I get it. Don't cross that line. Don't fuck your daughter. Cool. But like I got you. Motherfucking in LA, like you'll work with somebody for 15 years and out of nowhere they'll snake you. And you'll be like, what the fuck? And it's like, he's one, okay. And it's
That's a fact.
like
That's a
you,
fact.
it's like regular conversations, or it'd be your teacher and they're just cool about it, but like, yeah, or in the condescending, you kind of just know. It's like you got to pick up on it. And if you're not like privy to it, you won't pick up on it. You won't even notice it. Like, that guy's so nice. You'd be like, no. And like,
you find out who voted for Trump, and then you start like, yo, he a Trump, so what the fuck?
Bro, a lot of those like Orange County, those doctors, like, bro, and there's like a big KKK like, you know, membership in Orange County and stuff like that. Like,
I saw that shit.
so it's just like,
going
I don't know. Or I'm trying to remember, like, what is it, La Habra or something like that? That shit.
La Habra, yeah, that's like by like OC.
Yeah, it's different, but I don't know. Everybody's cool. Like, I don't assume that people that just fly Trump shit are just off the wall, off the rails crazy, because the narrative or what everything you do see on the media is like saying that they're crazy, but like, I don't know. I don't just assume like just because you're that, then it's like, oh, you're racist because you have Trump shit. But it's like, because like that guy, I don't think that he was necessarily racist because he had Trump shit. He just fucked with Trump because he felt that, okay, patriot, everybody in my family's white. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He obviously doesn't have any black friends. Nobody knows celebrates Black History Month. So he feels that Trump is standing up for that side, so he's going for that. So he's stuck on that ideology. But he's saying stop the divide, fuck Antifa, fuck BLM. So he's like he's saying fuck everything, but he's still picking a side pretty much. But it doesn't seem like he's deep down in the hole of like for real, you know, Myers Linder type shit. Nah, not for real.
Myers is much better. Myers is understandable.
I
This
take
dude
Myers over
took
that
time out
dude.
this day to say "fuck you, BLM lover." What the? Nah, that's probably some of the most hate you can send. But
This what you're
Not
talking.
the most hate. Yeah.
but I mean that's I mean in terms of like just hate. You
I
can
know,
talk about
I
you
know,
gonna
I
die
see.
if you come here. You a shithead. Couple other ones. BLM lover. Like, at least he didn't say the N word. But I don't know how that would offend you if he called you the N
If
word.
he added sand to it, if he
Yeah.
added
Oh,
sand
yeah.
to
If
it.
they calls you the N-word, like, oh. Santa's like, hey,
Hey, man.
watch it.
Man,
All right. Well, if we're gonna if we're gonna stay on this roll of very important topics, J-Lo and A-Rod broke up.
ooh,
Or is divorced,
things we're gonna
right?
forget about.
Divorce? Y'all told me this shit like a second ago.
they were
Divorced?
engaged
Oh, okay.
for 2
okay.
years, and
But
they
they've
just
been
called it
together
off.
for like fucking.
Yeah, they've been together for a minute.
Is Drizzy about to slide back in there though?
Yes, he is.
Maybe
You
that's
already got it.
maybe
You
he's
already
the reason for the
He's in the
breakup.
studio right now as we
He
speak.
said
cooking something
Valentine's Day he had sex today, or on Valentine's Day I had sex.
Yeah.
Who do you think it was with?
Kim Kardashian.
I thought it was J Lo.
It was Kim.
Apparently,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Kim and Kanye aren't talking no more. Like they're
Yeah,
completely
they're
like
done.
shut off.
Yeah. You heard Kanye like change all his numbers and told Kim, if you want to talk to me, you could talk to my lawyer or something like that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Security.
Oh, security. Like he's not give Kim any access to him directly, like at all.
That's wild.
What happened?
Like
with
that's the
kids?
mother of your children, bro. That's pretty wild, don't you think?
But they've been putting out different statements and like even like the Breakfast Club they were reporting and they're always saying like these undisclosed sources are always coming from the Kardashians. But like it's funny because you hear the exact opposite from the camp. Like, oh, they're doing really well. Kim is just focused on doing better, but like she wants the best for Kanye. But Kanye also knows she's been an amazing wife and she's been with him through everything. And so like it really just paints it like a certain way. And then you hear about like this stuff Kanye's. It's like, damn, there's definitely two sides. Not that I'm picking one, but the way that you hear it given to like the tabloids and stuff like that, they kind of run their own media. So they kind of Kris Jenner knows what the
they're
fuck she's
beasts.
doing. She knows what to put out there. But if you hear Kanye's side, that's some wild shit. He had to block all this stuff. That's wild.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Kardashians are witches,
Mm.
and they're taking the souls of black men. Comment on it.
I mean, Kanye
James-
did say
James
Get Out was about him. Oh, you're right. That one
James
year,
Harden. James
when
Harden gets
James
the
Harden
Spurs.
did Chloe. That was the one year he was like not that hot.
Lamar.
Lamar came off a career
Ray J?
year that went to the gutter.
Who
Ray
else?
J? Come on, man. He
No,
made
yeah,
Ray
yeah,
call.
he
He
made money,
made
yeah,
Ray
he made
call.
money.
Tristan Thompson got
Chris
a fat ass
Humphries.
contract. Now what?
Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphries
Yep.
for sure. I
Yo,
haven't heard
he
about him
went
since
in-
they got
That's the
married.
only
He went
one.
into real estate.
He said I gotta leave.
Was Chris Humphries? I feel like that
was
was
he black? He's black. Yeah.
No.
I think it's half.
Nah.
I think it's
Oh
half.
really? Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's gotta
But
be.
I mean, his hair a little curly, so he plays basketball.
NBA,
so,
yeah, right. Nowadays,
Genetics.
back then, bro, back in the day, bro, I swear, everyone, like, people did not know Blake Griffin was black, like, off the rip. Now, if nigga got curls in his hair, they're like, oh, yeah, he's probably mixed. Yeah, his mom is actually a fourth black. Yeah, like, it's,
It's great if people try to tell me Blake Griffin's a white. Like, look at that nigga, bro. Like, that's not a white man. Like, stop
yeah,
it.
you stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe now, though, maybe now it'd be,
Not Duncan.
if he came in the league playing like he does now, that's why if he came in the
Now
league,
he's a shooter.
Blake's a shooter. Oh, he ain't. You might be white. You might be right
it'll
about
take us a
that.
little longer to figure out.
Hey Blake, next season we need a little more black, okay? A little more black from you, okay?
I'm fucking dead. So are they witches or not, though?
Oh no, I'm just saying they're taking the souls of black men,
Taking the whole soul.
No, it's kind of crazy how they exclusively only date black men though.
and then they start fucking up in
That's
life.
good.
And they start like they're in the tabloids and
The
shit.
black
Travis
men,
Scott, like
yeah,
like
their
they
lives
just
goes
their
to
lives
shit.
are just different, or they either get hella popular, or and then they start having a downfall. Like they start doing just crazy shit, and they're in the news for some reason,
It's
or
probably the pettiness.
going mentally insane.
Yeah.
You know the
Like-
thing with Kanye though? Well, and maybe you could attest that to the mentally insane part. But with him, it's always interesting because he'll come out and do these, like, make these big posts when he goes on his Twitter rants, or he'll go on Joe Rogan and be ranting crazy, or he'll just do stuff that, like, doesn't make sense to us. And we, like, sit there and speculate and question and, oh, what's he trying to say? But, like, it's like, well, what did he say? He's bipolar and schizophrenic. And we act like we just brush over that. Oh, he said it in a song. He made a whole album about it. He also told us that he's not on his meds. Then we see these attacks and we hear about him. And then we want to sit there and try to fucking go through everything he said and make so much sense of these things. And when sometimes, like when he was going on the rant talking about Drake and talking about all this, it was like, bro, y'all try to put so much weight, but at the same time, not saying don't put weight in it, but it's like, if a guy tells you he's bipolar and schizophrenic, like, you're gonna get some tweets like that. You're gonna get some. We look at the Hotel Cecil shit. What was she dealing with? Bipolar and schizophrenia. And I don't want to spoil it, but you know what happened. If someone's dealing with these mental illnesses and stuff like that, it's easy for us to overlook them. But it's like, fam, that's some serious shit right there. Like, that's not ADHD or ADD. Not downplaying those, but there's a lot of people that we are around that have ADD, or whether they're on meds or not, and it's much more functional. Bipolar and schizophrenia, you have attacks, especially depending on how severe that shit is. So
yeah,
that's a hell of a disorder.
I got a friend that dated someone who was schizophrenic, and it was crazy because she, like, when they first started dating, they had like really cool, like, normal relations and everything, and she has a kid. But then out of nowhere, she wouldn't talk for like a couple weeks or a week or some shit like that. And then she finally let him know, oh, I'm schizophrenic. And he still stayed with her and stuff. But like, she's had some crazy episodes where she was trying to kill herself, but all she had was the round scissors. And you know, that ain't gonna do the job. But it's like, fuck, you know, like that it's like constant episodes of like these voices that'll talk to you, that'll tell you shit, and it's like you're battling yourself, but there's like so many parts of you that isn't like normal, or you, I guess you don't have a way to handle it.
I don't know, I think it's,
and they want you to they'll dumb you down with the medicine and shit.
Yeah, the medicine, a lot of people, it really does dull them. That's why they hate taking it. You just feel like completely dull all around, creatively, just everything. I feel like we don't listen to entertainers, like when they tell us so much of what the problems they're dealing with, whether it's in their music and their art, like a lot of entertainers, like, all right, Kid Cudi's a good example of this. Kid Cudi's, first of all, you know, Soundtrack to My Life?
Favorite song.
That shit is, that's actually in my top. And I'm not a big fucking Cudi guy playing all the time, but like, that's for sure in my top 10 like favorite songs ever. Just personal, not ranking but just personal. Like, I fuck with that one. But even like an older song like that, bro, if you listen to what he's talking about, like, people were not talking about depression like that at the time. That's why when they talk about Cudi birth so much, a lot of that is in terms of being able to talk about things like that. But bro, he got some bars off, and now we have such a bigger understanding of depression. When you hear what he's saying, it's like, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, this dude really was speaking his depression and laying it out. But then it's funny because not funny, but it's interesting. Later on down the road, like 3-4 years ago, we find out about him having struggles with drugs. He's going to rehab and shit like that. He's voicing that he's been really depressed, and it made big tabloids. Kid Cudi dealing with severe depression and going. Bro, he's been telling you all this for the last 10 years. Like,
he's been saying that shit.
That's the thing. Like, people, they're able to just enjoy it just like music and shit like that. Same with Juice WRLD. Not that his was a specific the story is he took popped the 6 perks to hide them. But it's like, if you listen to his music, he raps so much about drug problems. The whole album is damn near, like, it's such a big thing. But sometimes as consumers, it's easy for us to just take in the art and just have a great time to it. And then we're so surprised when we hear real life stuff happening to these people, but it's like they've been telling you in a lot of cases. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was
depression, man. Just stop being sad. God. No, I'm just.
Should we take a break? Nah, I was gonna try to leave his ass hanging. And should we take a break? Hey, that's a good note to end on. Let's.
Yeah, depression is actually. Oh damn! Now that we're talking about it,
it's like when your booty hole.
Yeah, just a little bit. No, that shit is.
we could talk depression before the break. Y'all want to?
Not really. Not to make it depressing, but like talk to people. It sounds dumb, but you're not gonna want to talk to people. Cause me, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm smart, and people call me smart, but I don't feel smart, and asking so many fucking questions about it, and then putting yourself into a thinking depression. Like, I used to give myself headaches thinking so much. Like, I wouldn't go to sleep in middle school because I was up thinking so much. Like, and I was planning out my life and how it would fail. Like, at 40, how I would just end it because I hate my life, or I have a dumb job that I hate, or something like that. Or I'm 12 now. When I'm 18, I'm probably gonna die because I'm walking down the street and something happens because that's what I'm seeing on TV, and there's no repercussions for it, or so I mean, you're not really told as a black kid that you can really make it, and even if you are told and make it, right? And we're given terrible definitions of what make it is in our community, whether it's just entertainment and fucking sports, but it was depression. I put myself into that depression, just thinking so much. Like, I'm too black for the white kids, you know, too white for the black. Like, I'm a smart dude, so it's like that might not come off right talking to somebody else who might not understand a word that I say. So it's like it's just a weird ass place. So I put myself into that depression, and I don't know.
Now you got
Talk to people, yeah. No, I'm just saying, talk to people about it. I'm getting out now. This is not my best depression talk ever. I mean, I'll talk about it later, but yeah, no, definitely talk to people. Talking to people and beyond, like it's helped me. It's helped me a lot.
I feel like having an outlet, whether it's talking to somebody or doing something,
or art, those
would definitely help you. Or everybody's different, you know. Some people can't stop overthinking, and it's hard to break that cycle.
And a big part of depression, that's so the fucked up part about depression, because a lot of times, like, and I've been someone, an example of someone who says kind of the wrong thing in terms of, you know, if you tell one of us, say we're feeling down or something, like someone who's not clinically depressed, something like that, who's feeling down, you could be like, bro, you got to pick yourself up, man, get right, maybe start working out and exercising. And I was just seeing a different guy talk about it, who was frustrated in the same way of like, I would fucking hate when people would tell me that when I was depressed. Yeah. Because when you're depressed, a lot of the times when it's clinically depressed, it's a chemical imbalance. And there is no way to describe how that feels when you have a chemical imbalance where it's just shit is not going to click up here, and you're not going to have rational thought. I mean, the way you feel is just, it can be really unbearable for people. So it's like you start to understand. Now I'm going to reveal this. I could cut it out. I could leave it, but I'm going to reveal it to y'all.
If people make it, let's see. Keep the secret.
In my past life, I'd done drugs like Molly before. So at a certain time, you know, when I had just done a Molly, right? I didn't really know how you take Molly, and I'm a weed smoker. Weed, as soon as you coming down, you smoke some more, pick right back up, right? You shouldn't do that with any pills. Don't do it. Don't do it. When you're off a drug like Molly, the reason it's so fun, one of the things is how it's getting your receptors to fire off. The serotonin. Dopamine. Exactly. Serotonin, dopamine. It fires off rapidly. So your chemical balances, it's gaining in that category, right? So you feel wonderful. The problem is if you overdose, you're taking, not overdose, that's not the right, but taking too high of a dosage, you keep popping them. Eventually you're just frying your receptors. And when you can do irreversible damage, and that's why you got to worry about the rappers that are like off of Molly, like just to record every time they hit the studio, Molly. First of all, your receptors can only take so much, so it's not like weed where you could smoke, come down, smoke again, get high again.
Yeah, they say to do it like, if you're gonna do Molly the right way, do it like 4 times out of the year.
And I didn't know that, so I was, oh, this is dope. Then the next weekend, I'm a veteran now. It's the next weekend. So the weekend time doing it, we were having a lit weekend turn. After that, the problem is, sometimes when you mess up the imbalance, there can be, usually they call like a hangover, like a hangover off like Molly and shit. Like,
I don't know.
It's like a half-life.
Yeah. Fine. No one in this motherfucker knows. Hey,
that's cool. That's what they called it online. It was a half-life or something.
Yeah. It has
a half-life or something.
And then, so usually you have a little, like maybe a day or two, you might just feel a little off. But when you take an amount where you've hurt your receptors, and not to a point of like, I don't have an experience to the point where it's like fucks you up like that, but it can be a point where they call it like death week or something like that. I ended up Googling it because that week my brain was it was in a horrible state. Like, I'm angry for no reason. I'm like emotional for no reason. I'm getting mad about the littlest thing, like something. I'm just fucking tight. And it was so weird. Yeah. And I didn't know what was going on. And I was sick one of the days.
Uncontrollable?
Dude, well, that's the thing. It's your brain. Your brain is not chemically functioning properly. I have not enough serotonin and whatever.
It's just not clicking.
Well, it's just you're not in a good headspace. Your headspace is just permanently. It feels permanently fucked. And then, so once I started doing research and like, oh, this is what happens when you take too much. They call it death week, where people literally talk about thoughts of suicide. They talk about depression, like how horrible the week was. Yeah. Once I understood what I was in, I'm like, okay, so it's just temporary. I'm not tripping. But it made me start thinking like, oh, like, man, I have so much more understanding of people who deal with depression. Because these last fucking few days where I've literally been in the worst possible heads, and it's not just you're having a bad day.
Everything sucks.
You're a different person. You're in a different world of like, just everything was so different. And it gave me a different understanding of like, when you talk about like depression and what that goes through, it gave me an understanding and a lot of empathy for people who do deal with depression. Because it's not as simple as just get up and work out. Like, fam, like,
It's like you're underwater.
and I don't
Nah,
think
for real.
Yeah.
Like underwater, and like you can hear people talk, but it's like blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. and even if it does make sense, you're like, yeah, but that fucking sucks. Like you're just like everything, but it's not
Yeah.
even just like nihilistic, end of the world, everything sucks.
And you
chaos,
can
but
smile
nah.
underwater. It's
Yeah,
not like you
exactly,
can't
exactly.
smile
And-
underwater.
And don't
the
put on a
worst
mask.
part.
Do not
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
do not wear a mask with depression, bro. That shit, you will be in like an autopilot for a long ass time, and then realize that you've been on autopilot and depressed. Like, don't wear a mask. Like, wearing a mask meaning like just smiling when you know
Yeah.
you're not really
Oh,
smiling.
don't
shit
put
like
a
that.
I thought you meant
facade.
COVID type shit.
Nah, I'm saying like
that shit's gonna bum you out, man.
nah, like feel how you're feeling. Like if you feel like crying, cry. Like that's another thing. Like actually give into it. Like when you try to fight it, it makes it even worse and kind of builds like a bigger monster with it. But yeah, man, don't wear a mask. Like don't have a fake face and on the inside feel completely different, because that
Yeah.
does not help the situation at all.
And
At
if
all.
you're going through shit, or if you have trauma, like you have to. The first step is admitting to yourself that it's affecting you. Like I know a lot of people, like especially like males, sometimes like have too much pride just to even admit that like, oh, this is affecting me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that's the first step. You gotta admit it's affecting you, which is okay. Things affect us, and you just gotta let the emotions out. Like if you have to cry, cry. Like it's better to cry than to hold the emotions in over a long period of time.
And I feel like if you're the person, like that's for if you're the person dealing with depression, then I think there's also a lot we can learn from if you're the person who encounters someone, or maybe one of your friends dealing with depression.
Yeah.
It's just like, just know that what's going on in their head, there's nothing you can really tell them that's just gonna flick it, especially
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
are dealing with literal imbalances. And that's why they prescribe medication. Not saying everyone should be on meds, you find, but that's why there's specific medication, because the chemical balance is low and shit like that. So I guess just try to be understanding and not fucking saying the type of shit I would have said. Hey, you're in a rut, you gotta work out, man, get healthy, get in shit. It's like,
You're
dude,
that guy.
Yeah,
You don't
I've done that too myself. Yo, I bet they didn't. Like, it's definitely not helping them.
It's
They,
like-
they probably get more pissed.
It's
at
like,
you.
great, bro, I didn't realize I could go work out. Like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, I'm at laying in bed, like, thinking about shit you don't even understand. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
that's what it's
Yeah.
like for them.
Yeah.
I can see, and I don't know, I had too many convos like that,
It's
but
just
I'm
that-
glad I know.
It's
Yeah,
not- they're not like
I
mad
think I
about
was
it.
young, man, like making those types of comments, or not self-aware.
But even you want to help though, like, cause we know what we do, and we could talk forever about getting our psyche right, the way we move, the way we work,
Yeah.
but it's not always applicable. And I'm the type, I always want to start giving someone whatever if they're telling me something. Here's what I think you should do. But so in some cases like that, sometimes it is better to know when to kind of fall back a little bit.
Because the thing is, like, we're trying to be helpful, but at the end of the day, if you've never been depressed before, you don't really know what it's like to be
Exactly.
depressed. Like, you think you understand, like, oh, it means you're really sad. Like, no, it's a lot more than that. Like, that's a really simplistic way of describing it.
And if you want experience, just pop 4 mollies in a night.
Yeah.
Hey, break mode.
Take a break.
Okay,
see
you gotta
how
do-
that week feels. See how that week feels.
Yeah,
Try it
do
out,
it
Dale,
like,
just
do
try it
like
out.
4 or 5 one weekend. The next weekend, do it some more. Wait a day, and then that next day, you're gonna be fucked up.
If you really wanna know what
so let's say
depression
you do on
feels like.
Saturday, right? You cool on Sunday, but that Monday, you're assed out. You're fucking assed out.
Jesus.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we're on break.
All right, yeah.
My black ass sticking the weed.
All right, guys. Since we're on such a nice flow, decided I have a question. Would y'all ever go hunting?
No.
What? It's a good flow. It rolls right in.
Yeah, all right. At first, if you would have asked me like a year ago, I'd have been like, hell yeah. And I'll still think about it. Not hunting, but like, I guess just the idea of building like a more primal skill. Like if I had to hunt, I would like to know how to hunt. So, I think that's a good skill to have, like kind of like fishing. But now where I'm at, I'm like, yeah, killing something, I don't know if I could do it. Like,
Your ass would
Just-
die in the apocalypse.
no, I wouldn't. But
No,
I wouldn't, because at that point I'm like, okay, apocalypse, deer, I'm eating that fucking deer.
But if
no.
you're not okay with killing life,
Well, those are circumstances. Like I think that at that point there's different rules and regulations. But just me going out willingly killing a deer for the fun of it or for the sport of it, I don't have to do that.
nah, it's for food.
Does anyone have a problem with hunting? Does anyone feel like
I mean,
hunting
probably do.
isn't ethical?
No,
Nah.
I can understand that argument, and I kind of lean towards that, like hunting for sport. Like I'm not really much of a fan of like.
Like basically, if you don't eat this shit,
yeah,
it's
if you don't
fucked
eat
up.
it, if you're just
Yeah,
killing
yeah,
it just to
yeah,
kill
that's a
it,
little
like
different.
I'm not a huge fan of that, but at the same time, I understand that's just part of like, especially American society and culture. Like hunting's what people do.
Well, some places it was encouraged because it's like we have so many of a population of animal that's fucking up the crops or something or fucking up whatever. Yeah. It's like, hey, there's too many. There's literally too many.
Hunters are called to certain areas.
Yeah.
Professional hunters, they're called to certain areas where there is overpopulation. So they're actually they are helping the animals. Yeah. From like learning like people from like Joe Rogan, who's a big hunter, it is if you're gonna eat meat regardless. Like, you already know that's part of your diet and you're going to the stores. It to me, I do see the logic in, like, I want to go out and actually hunt the animal. He was talking about respect for the animal in terms of you're literally out there in the wilderness with, it's you and the animals. You're in their environment. Like, you guys are playing by similar rules in terms of they're very smart. They know how to evade. It's not an easy thing to do, especially if you're hunting, like, the proper way, like, not with a fucking semi-automatic gun, which is what some fucked up people do. But, like,
yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, if you're hunting the right way, like, I respect that. And then also, if your mindset is like, I'm gonna like, he'll talk about what's that shit? Oh, elk, right? So he's always hunting. He'll get an elk and he'll feed his family for months. So in that regard, that's fine. It makes a lot of sense if you all in on it. But I'm kind of the same way as you. For me, it just seems like I can't see myself doing it. And then for the experience? Yeah. Like, imagine if humans were getting hunted like that, and you got these fucking aliens that are hunting humans, and they're like, man, you know what? I think this would be a great trip with my kid. Yeah. Nice experience for us. Let's go kill this motherfucker. Like, that's why I feel it's too casual for me to just want to jump in and like feel good about that. What a great experience, man. Like, I learned so much. Fam, like, this is, if you're talking primal, you can't mix in these things that we have today in terms of the values. Oh my God, like, such a great learning experience, man. If we talking primal, it's got to be that primal. Like, so if your mindset is like, I'm going to hunt this animal, I'm going to go out and get my food. I'm not going to go to the grocery store and go processed meat, and especially if it's not grass-fed, you know, all the different processed things that go into it, along with maybe you don't like a factory farming or the way that those animals are treated, versus this way your mindset is, all right, I'm killing this animal, I'm going to eat, this makes perfect sense. That's one thing. But yeah, I can't just casually like, hey, bro, should I go hunting? Because I already know that's the debate in my mind anyways. Like, should I go?
Do I feel like just hunting for chickens? But you're not gonna eat. You
gotta hunt those. They're in fucking
I
cages.
understand.
If you're not gonna eat them, fuck.
What if it's just target practice?
Of a chicken.
Yeah, let me get my aim right.
Not feeling it. Not feeling it.
No, I can understand hunting. Like, I was on the side of hunting for food. You know? Yeah. I don't. Fuck. I don't know. Hunting for a sport. I get that aim right.
Nah, bro. You would kill a deer, walk up to it, and be like, I'm never doing this again.
Nah, I just shoot him from a distance.
That's what I'm saying, and walk up to it.
So, I won't walk up to it.
Someone's got to pick it up for you. Like, hey, get that deer for me.
Let's differentiate. So when we say hunt for sport, because I feel like you could hunt for sport and still eat whatever you're getting, or you sell it. So even that's kind of messed up. I think so what do y'all think about the people that hunt for trophies? Like, they want a big ass deer head hanging on their wall, but maybe they ate the rest of the animal though. Do y'all feel like that's weird, keeping trophies?
If it's not like an exotic animal that's like that shouldn't be killed, okay, whatever. Like, you killed like a deer that's let's say was on the list to get killed, like from say like too many deers, you know, like, okay, go kill it, and you want to put it on your wall, go ahead. Or like if you kill a moose, as long as the moose don't have like two meese left, like don't kill the meese when it only got one meese. So yeah,
miso.
Miso.
I like that, man.
Hey, do you like miso soup?
Oh, I love
miso soup. I love miso soup.
Sriracha, man. You gotta put a little bit of sriracha.
It's solid. It gets the
food combo. No, I'm playing.
Oh God.
Let's talk about food.
3-hour pod.
Nah, you know what? Let's talk some smart shit. Should we get smart again? Let's talk some gene editing.
But wait, hold on. Before we go, okay, yeah, fuck it. Let's get into
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I just want to talk about you know how LA is known as like, oh, there's so many fake people in LA, you know,
pretentious motherfuckers.
Yeah, like growing up in LA, I think has exemplified my gauge on recognizing fraudulence in people. You know, because there's a lot of people who come here and they'll try to get their shit going, but and there's a lot of people who come over here and think that it's like the people that are being fake over here are the people who live here, but nah, it's the people who are coming from different places and trying to get their shit going, so they gotta build weird relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the scene of
gotta
LA
network, man.
That's fake. It's the scene of LA that's fake, but the people who are born and bred here, not at all.
I like the way
It
you put
depends.
that. It's the
Yeah.
scene that's fake.
But,
But-
yeah, I like that, man.
Yeah. Also, like I think I also have a good gauge of recognizing fraudulence is because, shit, at some point I was a fraud. you know, like those. I think we've all.
How were you frauding though?
Okay, so look, I will never forget this night. It was when we went out one time. I think it was a listening party, and there was a guy who's taking pictures, and he was a photographer, rapper, and his name's Ozzy. Ozzy was taking pictures, and bro,
Shout out Ozzy.
Shout out Ozzy. But oh my God, it was like I was networking. I was trying to talk to people. I was telling people, yo, I'm a comedian, but at the time, I wasn't doing shit. You know, I was not doing anything, and he posted a picture of me, and and his caption was like, "Yo, this guy's a comedian, but I don't believe him." And bro, it hit me because it was real, you know. So that was like one of the, it was the moment of becoming more aware of where I was, and it just hit me really hard, and I was just like, damn, I really ain't doing shit. And now it's easier to see it in others, you know, because people who are about it, they're doing it instead of talking about it.
Yeah.
Just like how you said in the last pod about Kobe Bryant.
Kobe. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I feel that. That's funny. First off, yeah, it's annoying as fuck when people, yeah, all the LA people, like, they're just so fam, it's you motherfuckers that came here from elsewhere and were like, oh, I gotta make a connection with everyone, man. I'm networking. And just, yeah, that was the people that come across like that are always the people that aren't actually from like LA. They didn't grow up, because you never see the people you just randomly meet that are just on the shit. Like all the people that have ever like, that are like the people that are just so immediately, oh, what's your IG, bro? Let me get your IG. Yeah, man, we be on this. Yeah, we do that. I do. Yeah, bro. You know, fucking Lil Pump. Yeah, he was there. Yeah, I be with them niggas. Yeah, I know some. It'd be like, it's always the person from out of town that's telling you how they just know everybody. Like, oh yeah, fucking, Young Blue. Yeah, that's my boy right there. I'm actually his cousin and shit. Like, that's great,
yeah, I'm
bro.
tapping with YG. You know, we be on the 100th Street.
Like, man,
like,
so
what?
Bro, it'd be like, oh, so y'all niggas making music now? Oh yeah, y'all make music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I know all them YBN niggas. Yeah. So I'm actually cool with
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
We could set some. I put y'all on, man.
Yeah.
Shit, nigga, you don't even know me. You never heard my music. Like,
Exactly.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like,
Yeah.
yes,
We
that's
have
what
had that experience before. That's
you
possible.
encounter that shit. There's always people. Yeah. I'm actually out from Chicago. I only. It's like they always have a
Yo.
story here.
Also, remember when we were shooting a music video? Hella people are just coming up to you just because you have the camera. You know, it's like everybody's coming up
Clout
to you.
demons.
They're just trying to like, yo, yeah, I be doing makeup. I be rapping. It's like a lot of different things. Like a lot of people will come out, and that's where I can recognize like the fake people. You know, because that's just weird. We don't even know each other. You already, like, I understand you're trying to plug it, but I think a conversation is more suffice.
Yeah, just walk up and say hi to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's what we gonna start doing. All right, we gonna start doing that.
Just, hey.
Exactly. Give off energy, get a conversation, then we can delve in these other things. I don't need to know who you be around, who this and that. Like, maybe if we do the little IG, and then like, especially if someone's from the valley, which are probably, but you might know someone, or you have someone like another mutual follow. It's like, oh shit, you know them? Oh, okay. But I don't want to fucking hear in the first 5 minutes of conversation who you know, who you be around,
Whose house you be
what
at.
you be
Yeah.
in, like, fam.
I'll be at
It's
Shaq
And
house
then
every
also
weekend.
like telling people your dreams from the first moment you meet them.
right.
It's like, yo, that should not be the first conversation that you should have with somebody. Yeah, I'm trying to be a rock star, man. I'm gonna go perform at the Garden. Like, it's
Shit. Unless you're that serious about it, it might not be that bad. Unless it's like,
well, it's like telling. I don't know. It's just, I think it is a little weird when you end up because like I've done that shit. And it doesn't sit well, at least for me.
And I've also made good interactions off of it. So it's like picking, because obviously there are a lot of people that are from out of town that are trying to make these connections. And some of them, it is good energy. They're cool. They're good about it. But it's like, if we're talking about the way that LA people are categorized, it's always the people from out of town. Like, it's not, if you're born in LA, like, you're just not looking at it the same, and you're not dying to network. To be honest, people in LA are kind of mean. Like, people are not that nice. Like, if you go to like my brother went to college out of state in Indiana, right? You in their small town, not the race. It wasn't the racist ass part. It was like the college town. Like, you go there, it's a different type of friendliness. Like, I thought we was about to get like someone's gonna try to jump us. Dude walks over. How you fellas doing tonight? Like, walking through an alley, dead ass. Everything going well? dead ass, he's actually making conversation. No, nice. Yeah, the weather's been crazy. And next thing you know, in a full ass convo versus here, bro, you'd be lucky if people give you a head nod. Like, people are hella weird. Look
Don't
at
make
you,
eye contact.
just look away. That's like,
Yeah.
people got a different demeanor. So it's like, when you talk about LA, yeah, you talking about the scene, which I like.
Bro,
how
the
you
homie
put
almost
that.
got stabbed on the metro for making eye contact.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
You don't make too much eye contact.
yeah. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Back in. All right. Y'all want to talk some
Wait,
gene editing now, which I know nothing about, which I'll be educated on.
I think you want to go into your
Alright.
shit.
Oh, my fault. Could we go into that?
You got some good
Alright,
shit.
alright.
Y'all ain't even ready.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. All you gotta do is just follow. All right. Hold on.
This is from yours truly.
This is from yours truly. All right. So walking down, you know how I do. Probably got some, in the air, some stank. Anyway, some stanky in the air, and a thought came to me. It was just like bloop, and here's what it was. All right. So let's say you die, right? All right. The body stays here, and there's a tiny little peanut that holds every image, feeling, thought, action, everything, right, etc. Essentially, it's you, right? So let's say this peanut is your world, all right? The peanut floats into space. All right, so what is the peanut?
The peanut floats
Floats
into
into
your world.
space.
It floats into space, but what is the peanut? What consists of the peanut? Like,
Your world.
all right, but what is your world? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm asking close. So, okay, anyway, every image, feeling, thought, action, whatever.
Peanut is the world.
Right, but essentially it's your world, right?
Peanut
Peanut floats
head.
into space. And when we cross over, we have the ability to visit each other's peanuts.
Pause.
All right. I know, right? All right.
It sounded
all
so
right.
funny.
All right. So then we have our own worlds. So let's say, all right, we pass away. We're all in fucking peanut land where all the peanuts live. But I'm like, I'm about to go visit whoever's peanut. And they got the clubs jumping on Thursday. I mean, the best clubs you've ever seen, because this is not real physical life. This is peanut life. So peanut life, you can imagine all type of shit. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You might have fucking blue cars or the color that we've never even seen of, right? Crazy shit. All right. So how are these worlds created, right? Again, through our life experiences and our imagination, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it holds every image, thought, feeling, everything. All right. So now, what is imagination?
What is imagination?
Our ability to create things with our mind. I don't know.
Really?
Foresee
Dale?
things.
Our ability to imagine.
Our ability to imagine.
That's what imagination is. This dude went to college.
This dude, he wrote Webster. Imagination is,
It's whatever you want it to be.
yeah.
It's like creative expression,
Right.
I would
Okay.
say.
It's the ability to draw a picture, or draw your or fuck. You see, motherfucker.
Right.
All
This
right,
is
all
good.
right,
This is
tell
good.
us- tell us
Look,
imagination.
There are no wrong answers. All right. But I'm just gonna add on to imagination. Right. So let's just break it down. Right. Imagination is broken down as image nation.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And in.
Right. And so look, image
Un.
nation. Our nation of images. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but okay, of whose images, right? So when we break down image nation, we missed the I,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
Image nation, we're missing an I because imagination, right? It's the I imagination, not me. Me is separate than I. I'll explain all that stuff later.
Okay. Okay.
But all the point that I need you to get is, and not need you to get, but all the point that I'm trying to make is, I'm actually not even making a point. I said what I said.
well,
But
I
anyway,
like that.
imagination is broken down as nation of images, image nation, right? So whatever you have inside that you see on the screen of space, right? This is the image that we're looking at, right? Let's say you have a dream. You don't really, you can't imagine random people and you just are face, but you typically see things that you've recognized in everyday life, like, or things that only you would kind of understand, or like certain feelings in the dream space that like only you would know, because it's been in your nation of images. Like you as a kid watching TV is still somewhere inside of you. You just don't think about it, but it may come out randomly. Like I was hooping today and I almost cried because I was thinking about like.
Bro, again?
No, yeah, listen.
Bro, that's just such a funny sentence.
You was missing shots or what?
No, I was doing great. That's the point. I was doing great.
You were doing suicides.
You stupid as fuck.
So yeah, I was doing good. But for some reason, like a thought came back to me from like when I was little and like why I used to love basketball. Like when I was actually young, like I would actually stay. My mom would be like, okay, let's come home. But I'm like, no, I want to stay longer and just hoop. Like I was always little dude at the gym, like in Lakeview Terrace where I was at. And I just remembered like falling out of love with it and hating basketball. So now that I'm playing it again, I'm like, I'm really liking this shit. Like I was dribbling, took a shot, rebound. I missed a shot.
This dude was dribbling in the rain, bro.
It was raining.
It was
today,
raining all day, and this dude was hooping. I'd be crying too, dog. It might have just been the rain. You thought you was gonna cry.
Nah. Like, by this point, the rain had kind of like stopped. But like I missed a shot, and I instantly had like felt like I went back and saw myself shooting like at the outside rim when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, or I saw myself at the gym like all night late, you know what I'm saying? I had the lights turn on. All you hear is that what is that? The halogen noise from lights. It's like,
oh yeah.
At the gym, like everybody else is leaving, but I'm by myself shooting by myself, like. And I was like, damn, like I used to really love this shit, and I just kind of felt it, and I was like. And then I moved to hating it and then telling myself, you suck at it. Why do you even do this? Like, why are you even playing, nigga? You're not 6'2". You can't shoot. So I'm just thinking, like, why is that the voice? Like, I used to love it as a kid, and then it was pure. It got impure, but now it's kind of feeling pure again to where it's like I'm having fun with it. And I just started, it brought back a lot of memories. But, like, I hadn't had that thought in so long, like, and I just felt it. It was like, boom, it just came right back, like, off the bounce of a ball, and I was like, damn.
I like how you describe the image nation. That was a really good way of putting it, because like all of our thoughts, like they are stuck inside of us, or every experience that we've had, they're inside of us. That sometimes we can't remember them because there's so much going on right now, or we're thinking about the next step ahead. But sometimes, it's good to slow down. So those thoughts, certain types of thoughts can come back. I know some thoughts, that's why you got to deal with this shit before you can, like, it's good to reflect prior to opening up these, like, old doorways, you know? Because it, like, image nation, that shit is crazy. I really liked that explanation. I never even saw that word breakdown like that.
Thank you.
Impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Doing suicides and shit.
Impressive, man.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this fucking.
Let's get it.
All right. Thank you, Kai. Those were some beautiful words. Let's talk about CRISPR. And before we've had imagination. Actually, no, I don't even know. That was a bad way to go into it. So let's talk about CRISPR.
You're doing your best. You're doing your best.
What CRISPR stands for is clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. So what this company does, they are gene editing. And so the benefit of this company will be like to fight cancer or HIV or like blood disorders like sickle cell or blindness, like cystic fibrosis, which is like severe respiratory problems, and like people who have that will only live up to like 40 years or some shit. So they could do it on the embryo. So they could change your kid's DNA. Like if you have a hereditary disease of like cancer or some other shit like not cancer, not cancer. My fault. But like maybe pneumonia. Like your family has pneumonia, for example. They could. Am I fucking up?
No, it's like a family having the flu or something, because pneumonia you catch. But
they're more inclined.
Let's think, what's something that's like that runs in the
diabetes.
family?
Diabetes,
okay. High blood pressure, shit like that.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, so things like that.
Or like liver disease.
Pneumonia just runs in my family. Every now and then we just wake up like, fuck.
Yeah, but so they could.
Oh, I think cancer. Yeah, you're right. Cancer.
Yeah, cancer. He was talking about cancer. He was just trying to find the next one.
I went from What was the one before pneumonia? I said something.
Cancer. No,
was good.
cancer
Oh,
was good.
okay.
You said
Y'all
cancer.
started laughing at me at cancer, so I was
you
like,
said cancer.
did I say something
Then
wrong?
some other shit.
was
Not
some other
cancer.
one. I forgot
Not.
the other
Go
But
on.
yeah,
Go on.
so they can edit the DNA. So I guess like a palindrome is a sequence of letters that read from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's repeated, you could go back and forth. So this is like, it's just editing your DNA. And this could be very beneficial for the future, but they're in the testing stages of it. The creator of this is He Jianku. He's this Chinese researcher. And he tried it on two twins. What did he try on them two twins? Yeah, so he tried doing it for like immunodeficiency viruses, you know. He was just trying to test it out, so the whole world was like, oh my god, you're doing this without like medical practice. This is against like medical ethics and all this type of shit, because he's trying out some new shit. Yeah. But this opens doors to a lot of things for the future. But you know, I just think it's a weird, if somebody can edit your DNA to take things out, if it goes into the wrong hands, what if they could put things in, or even take out the other things in your body? Okay, but let me also talk about like, they're basically just injecting you with these cells that they have like
Modified.
They modified it,
Yeah.
they're first they'll give you like a dose that your body can like I guess it'll start talking to the other cells in a sense. And then they'll put more of those cells so that it can attack the virus, whether it's cancer, HIV, or certain like sickle cell. And it's very interesting. It's looking like the future. Like a lot of people are like, if you look at their stock, when I first discovered CRISPR, their stock was like probably $80, $70, and then it jumped to like $150.
Wow.
And now it dropped back down because, you know, stock market's been kind of
By
trash.
dip.
Yeah, it's been dipping a lot, so it went down to 120. But a lot of these, like, if you see certain people in the media who are, I guess, intellectuals, you'd like to say, like people who I guess famous people, you know, they'll talk about CRISPR in a way that they're like, oh damn, this really could be the future. Because like if you have a amputated arm, or maybe not amputated arm, I don't know, sometimes because there isn't enough research on it, but they just talk about how that we can do it. Like it could possibly cure blindness.
That's,
you know?
crazy.
But I don't know. It's just weird because the moral dilemma is like, what would the wrong people do with it?
All I know is that they're not doing that shit to me, and they're not doing that shit to my family. Fuck that.
What if you guys had a predisposition for certain things, or what if you had a baby and they're like, yeah, your baby is gonna come out with, let's just use an example, Down syndrome, but now we can make an adjustment to the DNA. And I'm probably bullshitting because I don't know the extent of this.
That's pretty,
Down syndrome would be one of the ones. Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
sure what the pool of things it can help with. So your kid's gonna have Down syndrome, or we can modify his DNA and get his shit cracking.
So how does it? Do they like modify the DNA while the mother is pregnant, or do they do?
So they'll do it in the embryo. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll be fucking with it. You know.
What's
That has to be like a real big like issue though. Like, can't be something small.
It's kind of a dumb question now that I know that happens in the embryo, because you wouldn't know your kid is gonna have Down syndrome. But hypothetically, if you would, yeah.
Yeah, if they could tell me like, oh, at this rate, your kid will probably have Down syndrome, like an 80% chance, and be like, or we could do this operation to change the DNA sequence, and be like, it has to be something like really serious for me though, like, oh, your child's life is potentially in danger because of this thing, like going to do the thing. But yeah, fuck that, my child's not gonna die. But if it's like Down syndrome, like, I have to honestly consider it because people live with Down syndrome all the time and stuff, and like, you know.
What if your kid has like AIDS or some shit, and they're like, yo, if we do this, it'll start.
Born with
off the
AIDS is so fucked.
Huh?
That is super fucked. To be born with AIDS.
Damn.
Oh,
Like,
not even be born. Like you end up getting AIDS later, and they did an AIDS trial or HIV trial, but they were only able to do 5%, and that's not gonna do shit.
Oh damn.
You know.
Wait, can you actually be born with AIDS? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You can't know
if your
because
parents have
born
AIDS.
with AIDS.
Because I've heard that, but I didn't want to sound stupid. You know, you be saying shit and you're like, yo, am I gonna sound dumb as fuck when I watch this back? Like, hold on. That's why I was like, let me
Nah,
double
yeah, you
check.
can.
All right,
Yeah,
cool,
if your
cool.
parents have AIDS, they could pass it on to you as a child.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, well,
All
we
right,
go.
what
So
you
we
got?
rolling into sports.
Yeah, let's go.
We gonna go fucking full on sports mode or what?
Yeah, let's go sports.
Crazy, because we've been talking about sports for the last 3 seconds. You ain't hit the anchor pose. Gang. All right.
Hey, you gotta hit it this way.
Did it?
Hey,
Ooh,
oh,
I'll
that was
double 'em up.
cold.
I'll
That
double
was
'em up.
cool.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was cold.
Anyways, a few days ago was the anniversary of the NBA being suspended this season thanks to
Ooh.
COVID. So I feel like it would be nice. And
Thanks to
appropriate-
fucking Rudy Gobert. Not COVID. It was that nigga fucking touching the recorders and shit.
So I think it'd be nice, just to talk about like our thoughts when that happened and like what we were thinking about, like what we expected was gonna happen, things like that. I know where I was. I was in my college apartment when I found out that the NBA season got suspended, and I was pissed because that was the Lakers' year, and I was like, no way, God about to hold me like this, bro. You're not gonna send no fucking pandemic to take away the title after 7 years of being fucking ass. Like I was so pissed.
Why would God do this to me?
No, that was my thought, bro. I was like, nah, no way he said a fucking pandemic, bro.
That was fucked, yeah.
But like, yeah, it was kind of crazy because like back then we didn't know anything about COVID, and when Rudy Gobert tested positive, we're like, that nigga's gonna die.
Fucked it up. Oh, yeah.
We were like, he's dead. Donovan Mitchell, oh no, he's dead. And we found out
Tom Hanks?
yeah.
Tom Hanks caught that shit. Kevin Durant caught that shit. We were like, oh
Hey,
Lord,
KD
no.
didn't say shit, though. You
Yeah.
found out about it like
Yo,
afterward. Apparently, he
They
got
was
it.
clowning his ass in the live.
Oh, yeah, who?
KD, he jumped into the live. They're like, get his ass out of here.
Yeah,
He's gonna get his big.
Yeah, that was a different time, bro. That shit literally was like scary. I mean, it's still scary, but you hear about it more often. And the next question is usually, found out someone got COVID. How are you feeling? How bad has it been? And if they're like, like it's been really bad, but I'm hanging. This is different cases nowadays. But back then, nah, you hear about anything, you like,
Yeah.
oh shit just got real.
Yeah, it was crazy because like, as a country, we weren't taking COVID as seriously as we should have. Like, before the season got suspended, even the Warriors were talking about like having games. They were going to play a game about fans.
Yeah, and we're like, what are they talking about?
yeah, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're overreacting, and like 2 weeks later, like everything shuts down. I'm like, holy shit! It was just like, it was just crazy because like, when the NBA shut down, I feel that's when the world finally
Exactly.
realized like, yo, this is serious because this multi-billion-dollar corporation is basically costing themselves billions because they fucking have
shutting
to.
it down.
Because like corporations, they're not gonna cost themselves money unless they have no choice.
And you got that bitch ass NCAA. They were like the last to shut their shit down.
Yeah.
They still had their game scheduled. And you see, that's why Adam Silver, man, you got to give. He really is like the GOAT in terms of NBA presidents. And I know David Stern laid the foundation and did a bunch for the league. But just in terms of like what we've seen from Adam Silver, I don't really think there's much you can critique him on, man. Like he's not. It doesn't seem like a pride-driven dude, not an ego-driven dude. Literally just tries to do right by the players, do right by the league, and he gets ahead of shit. Like when shit
from
starts going
Venus.
south, and bro, the NBA did it. Then you started seeing NFL making their calls, MLB making their. Everyone stepped off the NBA's league, and they got ahead of it. NCAA, they still, even after all that, they were still holding out. Oh, we'll see how things go. You got fucking students, like they're not getting paid. NBA guys, at least they making millions. It's more of a, I would understand more if the league was like, we're not shutting down until we have to. Not the right call, but more understandable than a fucking college.
I think UFC laid the blueprint though, because they were the first ones to
have the bubble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
were.
the bubble for everybody to start.
Oh,
to
for
start
the you're
sports
talking about
back
for
up.
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
Fight
bubbles?
Island type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, because they kept it going. Like even they're like, yo, yeah, we gotta shut you down. He's like, nah. Dana White is the fucking boss too.
Man.
It's a little different. This is good sports.
All right, yeah, I'm about to say, what else is new in sports?
I feel like a Lakers and Nets finals is inevitable.
It's approaching us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nets looking nice. They picked up Blake Griffin. You know,
Oh, they did it?
Yeah, they picked up Blake
Wow.
Griffin.
Yeah, I know. We were like, oh, like I don't think it's gonna happen.
I
Yeah,
didn't-
they, like the next day they picked up Blake Griffin. It's
yeah.
always we always fucking pod, and then we say some shit, then the next day some other shit happens. Remember we talked about the GameStop shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, bro, it's
Speak
good.
it into
The fucking
existence.
next day, nah, all that shit got canceled. All that was
We
that
have
was
my
fucked
entire
up.
life savings at GameStop.
Yeah,
Hopefully it works
yeah.
out.
So is Blake coming off the bench?
Yeah,
Yeah, they want to use a backup 5. That's the role for him.
he's gonna get cooked.
Yeah, but he's the backup. Who cares?
Come on now, Montrez is gonna cook him.
Oh, facts though. Facts.
That's our backup. So
Yeah,
he's
they-
getting his ass cooked.
It's crazy how like they have James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, and it's like that's just too much talent, and like they're just dominating these teams even without their best player, Kevin Durant.
We'll see how it goes in the playoffs, though. Yeah, see how they turn it up if they do turn it up.
I mean, but who are they going to play against that's going to stop them?
Yeah,
Facts.
now Joel is hurt.
Oh, Joel's hurt.
He just went
Bad.
down with a knee.
He's getting an MRI tomorrow.
It's always something, man. It sucks. It just sucks because he's
And he
really
was
like
having such a
always
good
hurt.
season,
He's one of
man.
those.
Yeah.
Joe's one of those.
Exactly, and you can't blame him. It just sucks. Like
He's on the MVP
Joel
year,
Steven.
too. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, so Lakers-Nets finals, I feel like it's inevitable.
Are we worried at all about the team in the basement?
Clippers? No.
The
Anyways.
team in the basement. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
moving
yeah,
on.
No, exactly. how about the first place team in the
the
West?
Jazz?
Yes.
No.
Nah.
All right, moving on. Wait,
Right.
Right.
who's their starting center?
Rudy.
Gobert?
Yeah, the
I'm
sick
not
boy,
worried.
COVID
I'm not worried
Gobert.
about that. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Suns either. I'm not worried about any team besides Brooklyn. In all seriousness, that's the only team with the talent to actually compete with us and beat us.
How far into the playoffs do we see the Clippers getting?
Well, it depends.
Exactly.
Do they have to face the Lakers?
Okay, let's say they face the Jazz for. Okay, Jazz Clippers in a playoff series. Who wins?
I'm taking the Clippers.
Okay. Who else we see in the playoff picture?
Suns, Nuggets.
Suns Clippers. Who's winning?
Ooh. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
I
low-key
don't
kinda
know.
Suns
tough.
Does because they haven't been winning all these years, but now they finally got a team. So and it's a bunch of young motherfuckers that are hungry.
Yeah.
And CP3 of course, but yeah,
Then they killed the bubble, right? Like, they did really good.
Yeah.
they went undefeated. Just
Yeah,
like Portland.
that might be like a good boost to him, but I don't know.
Okay,
maybe.
okay.
It's just the Clippers is hard because like we know what Suns is gonna bring. We know
Yeah.
D-Book's gonna show up and have them big games.
Chris is gonna be
We know
nice.
Chris is gonna be Chris exactly, and he can close out games too along with D-Book. So they got two closers, and they just got a great thing going right now. But then,
Oh, sorry, but
well, I mean the Clippers are more talented, but we've just seen them collapse.
I feel like the X factor for the Suns, a potential Suns Clippers matchup, will be DeAndre Ayton, the center for the Suns. If he develops, uses potential, goes beast mode. Like the Clippers are not a big team; they're not really good against bigs. Like he can have a real dominant impact there. But if he stays trying to be a finesse big, then that just plays right into the Clippers' hands. So he's a huge X factor. But then again, Chris Paul and Devin Booker, like those two can take over games, series. I feel like that would be a really interesting series. I'm a lean Clippers only because they have Kawhi Leonard. They have more veterans. But I would not be surprised if the Suns beat them.
Yeah, but like the Clippers line up with so many teams talent-wise better. It's just I'm kind of on board with you on all your slander for PG. Is like I just don't know. Like I feel like he's gonna come out and have a good start to the playoffs, but I don't know if he can string that together because as soon as he does have an off game, I feel like social media is gonna get to him. You're gonna see even more bad games. Like I really because before I always had excuses for him. I'd be like, dude, his shoulder was fucked in OKC. He only put up 6 points. Well, how many points was it that one game?
5
elimination
game.
5 points in elimination game. His shoulder was fucked, man. He had to put same thing the year before, and then the year after that with Westbrook, he was having some good games. So I'm like, look, he had some good games that series. Well, so I'm trying to vouch for him. This dude was telling me way ahead of time, dude, he's gonna choke. He's not right like that. Then I seen him post this shit about like, why are y'all talking shit, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, bro, like he's gonna choke. And we was ass the whole rest of the bubble. So that shit was yeah, I don't really have much faith in PG, and I'm tired of him doing regular season shit like it makes a difference for playoffs. And they keep blowing leads now.
Like the thing about Paul George, he's just unreliable. You can't count on him to like produce in the big moments. Like with LeBron, you could count on LeBron to like he's gonna have a good game. Like
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, more likely than not, they're gonna have a good game. Like Paul George, I don't have no fucking faith in Paul George.
Yeah.
Like if I have like fucking 10 grand on Paul George playing well, I'm fucking nervous, bro. Well, I'm like, fuck, I just lost 10 grand. But if I had like 10 grand on somebody like LeBron James, like I'm probably gonna have some investment and shit. But like, yeah. I just
What about
trust him.
Clippers, Portland?
Oh, Clippers.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Portland just can't.
Portland's not that good, bro. I don't want people like Portland so much.
They're hella nice,
I really
though,
just
but-
fuck with Dame.
They
man.
might go
I just
7
feel
games
so
with
bad.
Portland though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they'll give him a fight.
'Cause
And
they
Dame, you never know. That
Yeah.
last game might show up.
And just take it out and,
Yeah.
and then lose the next round. Whoever they play next, they're fucking losing.
Facts.
Hey, at least one.
They might be nah, fuck it.
Is Damian Lillard ever gonna get a ring?
Nope.
No.
What if he? What if he goes to a different team?
Yeah,
I don't-
potentially.
yeah,
but like he
yeah.
doesn't want to leave the Blazers for some reason. So
He loves Portland.
Prideful
All the
motherfucker.
coffee shops out there.
yeah.
And rain.
We should do
Coffee
that.
shops
Go to
and rain.
Portland and go to coffee shops.
Yeah, you
Or
know.
Seattle.
I fuck
Seattle
with
got some good coffee. Bill Gates
coffee.
is
Yeah,
up there.
that's what they say about Seattle.
We gotta go meet Bill Gates.
No, not more Bill Gates. I'm saying Seattle.
You gonna get us killed. Fucking Bill Gates fucking buried
There you go,
somewhere.
Seattle get some coffee.
All right, what else is new on sports? What else?
Israel
do we have?
Adesanya lost.
Oh yeah,
Bruh, that's my guy though.
Israel Adesanya. He's a UFC fighter.
All right, this last Saturday, Jan Blachowicz and Israel Adesanya, champion versus champion, middleweight champion versus a light heavyweight champion. The Israel Adesanya went up in weight class. It was a great fight. It was a very entertaining. It wasn't extremely entertaining, but it was like a chess match.
Yeah, it was a very technical fight, and it was a technical win. So it was like, that's why it sucked to see him lose. But
Was it sub?
He didn't beat the champion.
basically, well, they were both champs though. That's what they were. He was trying to get a second belt. So Jan was already the champ. So it was champion against another champion. But basically, Jan got him in a little bit of trouble. He outstruck him several rounds, and then it really came down to the last 2 rounds. And Israel was putting the pressure on him. He's trying to win the fight. I mean, that's why he was very much in it. But then in both of those rounds, I believe it was both those rounds, Jan secured a takedown. And it wasn't that the takedowns, he didn't really land much damage, just scoring wise. If you're already down in rounds and then this guy is able to hold you down, he didn't land much damage on the ground, wasn't able to get any submissions in, but just scoring wise, you can't get taken down twice in those last 2 rounds. And then at that point, you basically have to finish the fight.
And he had ground control the whole time.
Exactly.
There was like 2 minutes of ground control for both rounds, and Dude, the scoring was complete bullshit.
The scoring's always MMA has some of the worst
It was like
judging
49-47 or 49-40. I think it was 47.
Yeah.
But dude, the fight was not like, that's crazy. It was definitely a lot closer than it was because
MMA
Izzy was
judging.
taking it the first 2 rounds for sure.
MMA judging is notoriously bad. All right, so anything else sports-wise?
We were really good.
Bro, you not gonna talk about your boy? Melo?
Oh, LaMelo?
I don't know. I know you want to talk about it before.
Well, we just had the All-Star break, so... Oh, but it was a whole week. Yeah, he's been balling again. What's the deal? You know, what you thinking?
Yeah, he's a beast. I don't know what else to say.
Fucking deadbeat.
Lonzo?
Or fine, what year is he making his first All-Star team?
Okay.
He's in the East, so
Probably by next year.
yeah, honestly, next year or the year after that for sure.
All right, by 3rd year, he'll get it. You know, okay, before we sign off, near the end of the episode...
I got parting words. I don't have a secret.
Okay, before the parting words... I want to hear what's one cocky statement from each of y'all about where y'all are about to be. I'll jump it off.
All right.
Way back down, I'm going to hit 50K by June.
All right. Is that a cocky statement or just a true statement? Or is that just like is that wishful thinking? You hope
That's
like,
manifestation.
Fine, you're right. It's
Is that
not cocky because it's true. So, well, cocky if you want to call it cocky, but I'm just telling y'all the truth.
If you would make it cocky if you'd be like, all you bitch ass rappers, you suck my dick.
Because I'm about to have...
Hey, literally, that's very cocky at the end, too. Yeah. All right, come on. What's one cocky statement? Tell me something, fellas. I need to leave off here on a good note. I want to know where y'all headed.
Some cocky shit. I
know what you're going to say. You'll be like, my dreads is going to be this far by fucking October.
When my crown come in, but yeah, I probably don't know.
Come on, man. Come on, tell me something.
I'm the shit and you smell
Where
me.
y'all headed
That's
at?
it.
Where y'all headed to?
I'm the shit and you smell me. That's it.
Shit.
Where you going to be, man?
I'm about to be...
Where the TikTok? Give
You
me something
motherfuckers is
tangible.
gonna hate me because I'm about to flood y'all with hella content. Whether it's YouTube, it's fucking Instagram, and all you bitch ass comedians can suck my dick. I'm playing.
All right, Dale, where you gonna be at, man? Tell him something.
I have no.
I'm gonna be making hella money printing these option trades. You feel me?
All right, give me a number. How profitable are we gonna become? And give me a date. Give me something tangible, something you could look back on and be like, yeah, I was cocky at the time. I was feeling like I could do it, but did I do it?
Within the next few months? I don't know. But I won't be successful with it. You feel me?
I like that. I like the specific goal you set right there.
Yep.
In the next few months, you're gonna be good with it.
Yes, sir. What are you gonna be? What are you? Oh, yeah, you did.
I told y'all niggas. Way back down, 50K music video dropping. Before y'all know it, I'm very excited for the world to see it. But I don't know. I like to get the cockiness is a weird word because you're saying cock a lot in the word. But you know, I want to hear that arrogant shit, man. I want to see where y'all heads is at, cause go out and get it.
Oh yeah.
Now come on, hit him with them parting words.
All right, man. This is.
Don't all right, man. Me.
All right, cocky motherfucker. All right, let's get it. So, he who has a why to live, for can bear almost anyhow.
Who said that? Who said that?
Nietzsche.
Exactly.
Frederick
My
Nietzsche.
fucking boy. Shout out Nietzsche. Shout out Nietzsche.
Y'all get it?
Yeah.
Oh wait. No, say it again.
He who has a why to live, for can bear almost anyhow. If you got a reason to live,
Yeah.
you can handle anything.
Anyhow, got it.
Yeah.
No, I thought there was something I was missing when you said that. Do I get it? I was like, wait, was there
You
like a
just heard
fucking
bear, and he's
innuendo or
like,
something?
Is he talking about hunting?
No. Okay, so I did get it the first time. I thought there was something I was missing. All right, man, I feel that.
But look, if you want some further on that, not Nietzsche, but Man's Search for Meaning, he talks about that.
That's
Viktor,
where I got it.
Viktor Frankl. So he talks about finding your meaning and finding your why, and if you find your why in something, that gives you the strength. When he was, in the concentration camp, so like his meaning for life, he found love, like the memory of his wife. Like even though she wasn't there, he knew that he had to hold on to his memory of his wife because he had to use that to get through. Like he wouldn't have got through without that, holding on to that. So where other people gave up hope, like that's what he said. Like they wanted food or they wanted clothes and shelter and warmth, but like they wanted everything. Everybody wants things, but when you're at that lowest point, you got to find your why. Like why are you here? Like not why are you here, but why?
Yeah.
And understanding that. So.
And there's like other people, like if you talk about success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal or
Your why.
Or exactly. So you just find something. So that's like the main thing. Just keep pushing towards the shit that you're trying to figure out or
Way
even
back
not figure
down.
out.
And understand why.
50K June.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna get
Yes,
my
sir.
TikTok.
No,
following
that right there got me fired up, and now I'm telling myself there's a why, there's a how.
Yeah.
Way
There's
back
a
down.
why.
50K June.
There's a why. And once
Fuck
you know
it.
the why, you
Okay,
like I know
okay.
why, so the how is easy as fuck because I know why. Like I know how I don't know, or I don't know how I'm gonna do it. That's the greater part. That's the greater part about it. Like I don't know how it's gonna get done, but it's gonna get done because I know my why and because trust. You build trust with yourself through the process and shit. But I know the why, so at my core, it's like it is what it is. I claim it.
Yeah.
I said it and it's done. You feel me? So hell yeah.
Fuck with that.
That's some
Fuck
real
with
shit.
that.
That's a good way.
Real shit. The
Yes,
world
sir.
is ours. We're gonna take that shit for real.
This was a beautiful ending. I
The
like
universe.
this.
Yeah.
I like this, man. Well,
Real fans.
hey, yeah, the last
Really
wrap
good,
up,
If
man.
you made it this far, yeah, you got this.
If you made it this far, you're really good fans.
We love you guys.
We outro.
It's been real. Stay
Thank
lit.
you.
Don't die lit. Just be great. Don't turn off that camera, Ryan. Let me fade out. Let me fade out.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down.